We're hot on the mic. We're hot. We're here. We're hip. We're not partnered still. We are Laggin Out Live. To my left is the very awesomely photogenic Blacklight Oni.
Where'd you catch yourself on that one?
I was thinking of a compliment that wouldn't make you uncomfortable, but still would give you the compliment, and maybe you would actually say a thank you, but that didn't work. Anyways, to my right is the only host that runs at 60 frames a second. Please welcome Soda Pop.
Soda.
Or Soda for short. And the part of this Laggin Out Live sandwich, I am Chieftain, and I'm in the middle, wearing the same shirt for a week.
Like that in the middle.
Because I'm gross and I'm single.
Wow.
You're not gross. Okay, just because you're single doesn't make you gross. Holy shit, that's fucked up.
Oh wait, we can't see Blacklight Only. There's like a copy of a copy in there.
Like a Xerox.
Yeah, let me just copy it over here. Copy. Move to my 3-shot. Look at my 4-bar. Paste reference. There we go. Now she's as big as life.
Which is not very big because then it ends.
She's fun size. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I need a photo that's workable here.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
stretcher.
Yeah.
Don't say it like that, please. That is
No, like the scale.
With the crowd we have.
The scaling. Yeah, that's true. The scaling of the he's feeling extra emo today. I don't know about that, Rogue Raven, but maybe. Are you feeling extra emo today, Oni?
No, I'm just fucking exhausted. I did not eat lunch, so I ate when I got home, and now I'm making some PB&J sandwiches on the live because I have no life.
Well, I slept till 1 p.m. today.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I haven't done that since I was 20.
I'm sure you probably did after a surgery or something.
That's not really a comfortable sleep, but yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, like in the strictest sense, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Is that close enough, guys? Does that look okay on the stream? No.
If nothing else, we can just find a really photogenic snake and put that on the picture.
It is boa constrictor. Bernese python hunting season here in Florida. So
That's fucked. But funny.
It's unfortunate, but if people hadn't fucking left them in there in the first place, we wouldn't have this issue. But, let's just stick something where it doesn't belong, that has no natural predators, and can and does eat people.
And alligators. They eat alligators too.
They eat everything. If they can fit it in their fucking mouth, they will. Children, dogs,
I know women
alligators,
like that.
crocodiles, they don't give a fuck. And once they get to a certain size, good luck. They also lay large eggs and large clutches, so better get rid of them.
No Hero. I'm not watching. We'll talk about Hero in a little bit and reason why he's not here tonight. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But first off, we're gonna have we'll have the Russian agent known as Natasha read our PSA.
Yay.
Attention. The preceding content is intended for mature audiences. Opinions and views expressed on this live are not necessarily those of Lagging Out Entertainment, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or any of its sponsors or advertisers. Viewer discretion is advised. If you're under 18, get the fuck out.
Thank you so much, Natasha. We appreciate your very precise PSA. A big shout out to you. Hey, next week, guys, I've been talking with Arkham Asylum for a special voiceover next week, and we're finishing the final touches to get their time down a little bit by doing a PSA. So we might have somebody straight out of Arkham, doing our PSA next week.
Sweet.
So it could be the Joker, it could be Scarecrow. It could be Harley Quinn. It could be Catwoman. It could be anybody. You'll have to stay tuned and find out. Next week here on Lagging Out Live.
Laggingout.com. Don't watch it with your mom.
As a wet noodle. Okay.
Are they straight as a wet noodle? And of course, as we all know.
Give us some fucking money.
All right, Soda. Let me explain.
Sorry.
Jeez. This little QR code helps us do the show every week with modded setups, or if we need lights or a new camera or anything like that. You guys help us get the show on the air. We appreciate you guys, and you can donate by hitting that QR code with your phone and donating via PayPal. It's greatly appreciated. Or you can do it with biddies and a monthly subscription. By the way, I saw Mariner just re-upped, so thank you for the sub. We appreciate you. Pretty awesome. And guys, remember last week we had a poll? Well, I can't say that around Soda, but you know what I mean.
No, I don't remember shit. So no.
Okay.
I know there was a poll of something, but I don't remember what.
Well, let me remind you guys of what we spoke about last week. I'm so glad you forgot, so that way I could explain it to people who weren't here. Thank you, Oni, for playing that role for us this week.
I tried.
Last week we did a poll on who was your favorite guest here on Laggin Out Live in the past year, and we had 3 choices there. We had Gothics. How can you forget Gothics, right? We had the Irish G-Man, and we had Eric July, and it was a week-long poll. So you expect we had about 7,000 votes, right?
Yeah,
No.
of course.
No.
7.
This is Laggin Out. So it's not going to be 7,000 votes, but I think you nailed it right on the head there.
Head.
Hey, I appreciate all 7 of you motherfuckers. You're
Yes.
sending it here instead of doing anything else, which is,
We
pretty
appreciate
impressive.
you. Yes. So here is the final count. Do I have a drum roll here somewhere?
That sounded horrible.
I only have 2 hands. So
That's
the
what she
final.
said.
Wow.
I can't get the clips fast
That's
enough.
close.
Yeah.
She said also.
So Gothics had 14.3%. The Irish G-Man had 42.9%. And Eric July had 42.9%. So G-Man and Eric July were in a statistical literal tie with no points. Was it the plus minus they do with polls?
Yes.
Correct.
Give me a second.
A correction. You remember what it is?
Margin of error.
Recount.
Thank you. Margin of error. Thank you so much.
You're
The
welcome.
brains of lagging out is Oni.
No. Well,
So,
let's
yeah.
be fair though. When Gothics was on, we were usually having about probably 6 or 7 viewers,
Right.
and we were under the podcast section of Twitch.
It's been a while, too.
Yeah, and that was like what, mid last year
Yeah.
at the
like-
earliest.
She just got her T-shirt.
Yes. Oh, awesome.
I
Whereas
hope.
now we are using just chatting, and we're averaging probably 10 to 12 viewers every Friday.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, a lot of you all are folks we didn't have last year, and you're dedicated viewers, and we really appreciate that. So that's no shade on Gothics. It's just she was our first actual big guest. So, lots changed, and that's okay.
Yep.
We still love you, Gothics.
Yeah. Come back on if you want, if you hear this.
Please.
Yeah. And you'll know it because I made a clip of it. Rogue's like, how many do I have to throw out this week? I'm like, 7. The last 3 weeks has been, I clipped like 21 clips and like, oh, this one's dumb. This one's dumb because I didn't hit the button fast enough, or the context made no sense. It always seems to be 7 the last 3 weeks. So I watched the July show, so he won. Yeah. I guess you could say that. Yeah. Rio, I'm trying to get my setup so that way I can get back on COD. So we'll see. Give me a week. I have all next week. I don't have anything going on next week. That never happens.
Wow.
So. I know. Nuts. Everything ended at the same time. And then it's hell month. It's hell summer for me. So, but
We gotta
because
work
QR
10
code.
jobs. Oh, sorry.
I'd work 10 jobs, man. I'd make 10 jobs, man. I got to pay the bills. In New York, that's kind of like inside. If you're in New York, you know that Jamaicans are the hardest working people in New York City, and they have more. If you have less than 2 jobs, you're a slacker.
Wow.
Jamaicans, man, they fucking work their asses off, bro. I mean, if you ever go to the city, like, you know, like, they're all over the place. They're great working class people. They're great people, just in general. It's just like good work ethic, good people, man. So, like, when I do the Jamaican accent, it's out of love. So, don't worry.
Did
Everything's
tell you?
gonna be
Sorry.
all right. Go ahead. So
Did
those are our
Badger and I
social
ever
media.
share our experience at a Jamaican restaurant in Savannah, Georgia?
No.
Okay.
Would you like to share it right now?
Real quick. This will be quick. Have you ever heard of the stereotype where it's a hole in the wall place
Mhm.
and it serves things in like a takeout tray, but it's super good?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This was that moment. We literally just walked in. We happened to be on that side of town, and we were like, shit, pretty hungry.
That side of
It's a
town.
Jamaican place, never seen it. So we walked in,
Uh-huh.
and we're like, we have no idea what you serve, but we'll take a combo of whatever you suggest. And their combo was like 3 different portions, and I think a drink. And we're like,
It is typically
give
the
us
best
what
food
you would
road.
eat. Badger got some fried plantain chips,
Okay.
and then we ended up sharing Jamaican jerk chicken, which was chicken breast, and it was moist.
Giggity.
This sucker was flavorful. They had goat
Moist.
curry with rice, white rice, and then they had oxtail that was literally just falling off the bone. This was amazing. So, yes, it was
Wow. Good food.
legit. Oh, yeah.
Good food. Good times. I had one of those times when I visited Zombie Killer. If people don't know who Zombie Killer is, he used to be a host on the YouTube show, and also I'm a co-founder and everything like that. And I went to visit her in Ohio, and we went to this Mexican place in Ohio. You wouldn't think that a Mexican place in Ohio would be good, but this place was slamming. Just to give a little bit of context to our Ohio people here know that I've been to Ohio, and my tour was on the left. There's soy plants. On the right, there is corn, and then down the mile it's reversed, and then back and forth. It's basically all cornfield and soy. So she takes me to this place in town, and it looks like Hazard County. And I was looking for the Duke boys and the General Lee car to come by, but she took me to this Mexican place, and it was freaking amazing. And like, they kind of upselled us. They gave us guacamole. We never said we wanted it. But like, did you order it? I'm like, no. Did you? I'm like, no. I'm like, fuck it. I'm paying for it anyway. Don't matter. I'll have it. El Vaquero. I might be. It's near Middletown, Rogue. I'm not sure if you live near Middletown, but it's right there. There is a throwback candy shop place where they have all the old candies, and they had like a Mexican restaurant across the street. But this place was amazing, and it was so good. I was like, ugh. And I always tend to eat too much with Mexican food. And who's texting me?
Fuck, sorry. Let me put that on vibrate.
Get shit on! Get
Shit on, motherfucker.
That's me as a little kid
That-
playing.
that's, yeah, that's cheap as a kid.
Close enough for my dad to have an affair there. Wow, Rogue. Wow.
What the fuck?
She's bringing up some. It might have been El Dorado. It might be. I don't remember. All I remember, it was good, and I was shitting lava at the end of it, but it was okay. But the first topic, I pray to God everybody knows these topics because I don't. Let's move to the first topic. And what got me back into gaming is Xbox, but there's a boycott here apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, there. Well,
go ahead.
I don't know if boycott's exactly the proper term, but let's
Yeah.
just say a lot of Xbox players are not taking it off the table. I'm trying to find a nice way to say this, but there really isn't, because this is gonna sound like some of the dumbest shit you're gonna hear from me ever. But don't shoot the messenger.
How dare you?
Oh, Dario.
Yeah, you.
Xbox and thus Microsoft they're not saying that they're considering it per se, but they have had talks which people have been privy to in public about putting in live advertisements in their games.
Fucking stupid.
You would think that's where it would end, but they have brought it up multiple times. So a lot of players are saying that if Xbox does this, they will walk away and also just sell their Xbox, which is fair.
Well, you can't sell it to Target because I'm sure that's being boycotted too. And don't drink your Bud Light while you're playing Xbox because there's gonna be tons. There's so many boycotts. You can have like a bingo card with all the fucking boycotts going on now.
Yeah. So it was just one of those things I read up in the news that I just, it's so stupid you don't want to believe it. But the thing is that with the world we live in, par for the course, and it wouldn't.
Right.
It's not the first time Xbox has done something stupid.
Yeah.
But I
that's
just,
true too.
with all the complaints about advertisements with smaller groups trying advertisements in their games and it not going well, you would think that they wouldn't do that. I mean, fuck's sake, it's aggravating enough to me that with these new consoles, they are not increasing the storage size, even though their games are larger and larger as a base game, not including DLCs, just the base game.
Right.
PlayStation 3, you could play games all damn day on that sucker. PlayStation 4, heaven forbid you have 5 games that you've got on your PlayStation, you're out of space. You got to get an external hard drive for that puppy.
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
you
I
need to
got
pay
2 of them.
for PlayStation Network.
Does anyone want my PlayStation 4?
I think Badger has multiple times said so.
I know. I'm just rehashing it in the chat to maintain the conversation. But thank you for calling me out. But yeah, I have a question. I'm not sure if you know the answer to, Oni, with the Xbox advertising.
Sure.
So is it in the context of when you open up the Xbox when you have no games in it? It's like when you load it up, it's like, oh, Aquafina water or something like that. And then brought to you by Aquafina, and then there's like a fucking commercial before you even start the game? Or is it within the context of each game? Let's say I'm playing FIFA, and the advertisement for Nike is in like the little advertisements in the back. Is that what they're talking about, or just like talking about just the Xbox console being riddled with adverts?
Games.
The way it's been said is that
A legit
while
question, I
you play
think.
your game, it will have an ad at some point.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
kind
dumb.
of like YouTube videos.
Very.
Yeah, and the thing is that I don't think it was FIFA. It might have been like UFC or WWE video game that tried that, and it didn't fucking go well.
Yeah.
I just, How much? I understand that a lot of work goes into making a video game. I do.
Right.
And I don't want to take away from the people who make that shit work, who do a really great job of bringing such a creative enterprise to fruition.
I hear a butt here.
The frustrating thing I have is that you get executives like that who are trying to scalp people for their money.
Right.
Yeah.
And they go, well, why is it no one likes this? Because you're looking at only the dollars and cents.
I mean, that's
Nothing
why
but the dollars and cents.
we pay our, we get our free games on our phones and they put ads in them. So why are we going to pay for the games and then put ads in them? That's kind of
right.
Yeah,
it's like paying. Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
I'm going to load up my
point is there should be a benefit to owning the fucking game. There should be a benefit.
Well, now with a game like Grand Theft Auto, they have ads all over it. If they were actually real ads, I wouldn't give a fuck. Or maybe a racing game or golf. But
can you imagine loading your PC and then it says it's brought to you by Indivia? I'm like, just opening up your computer. That's kind of like what it is. Because let's be realistic, guys. An Xbox is basically just a mini computer, right? So
is a PlayStation.
Yeah, so any console is just basically a computer. It has all the same components inside. It's just how it's packaged, right? Yeah. Can we all agree with that? Yeah. So imagine how pissed you would be as you're opening up your computer, like checking your email, and it's like an advertisement for pantyhose or some shit. I'm like, really?
Tampons.
Yeah, like that's something more that you would have, but
what we kind of talked about earlier.
No,
put a bunch of condom ads in.
Yeah. But it's like the same issue that we're finding that Wizards of the Coast is doing. They are trying to make microtransactions in places where you can't do it. You tough shit, bitch. You chose a network that isn't really good at the extra money part. If you're hurting that much for money, that's an internal issue you need to figure out yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
There are certain losses you're just going to have to take depending on
charge more for the game
you're selling.
Yeah.
Been saying that for years.
Not if people are going to be getting shit releases like we've been getting from these AAA titles.
Right. The caveat for that is a completed game.
Right.
So if I'm paying for that, yeah. Go ahead.
I will say,
I'll let you finish your thought. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's something that I carry with me with what I do in my work, in my workplace. Of you got to prove the basics before people are going to trust that you can do more of the advanced level stuff. If you can prove that you can take care of your shitty tools, everyone knows, look, it's been around the yard for like 50 fucking years. It's barely hanging on. But if you can show that you take care of it, people will give you a little bit more. They'll let you take care of maybe a step above that, maybe 2 steps above that. If you prove that, hey, I can keep my area clean. Maybe they'll let us have more area. Or if I can prove that I can do this type of sewing, they might trust me to do another type of sewing or a different type of project. But you've got to prove that you understand the basics, or at least what the fundamentals of what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Same with video games. If you can't prove to people, namely the people giving you money in an economy that isn't doing so well right now, with a non-essential good, if you want them to be able to shell out more money, you better prove to them you're worth shelling out money in the first place.
Right.
It's my frustration with this new version of D&D, because they are not proving that they have the heart of the players in mind. That they are telling me is that they have the heart of whatever fad it is they think is popular, or that they feel they are morally righteous. Here's the thing. You're crafting worlds, and there are going to be good people, bad people, and neutral parties. That's the world. Mm-hmm. You cannot be a moral arbitrator. That has to be left to the storyteller on what to do. You can lay down groundwork, but here's the thing. Just like any other rule, you learn the rules so you can know how to break them. But I'm not shelling out $100 for a fucking video game if that fucker isn't ready to go right out of the damn package. I would...
It's not like a flamethrower that's ready to go. It's like, boom, right out of the box, you fill it up, and you're fucking ready to go.
Yeah.
There's no downloading for it.
No, the components for success should be there. there may be some similar requirements. Obviously, you don't want to be shipping flammable liquids. That tends to go badly. Case in point, literally all of human history.
There was
But
a
it's
speaking
ready
Hello,
to go.
Mojo. How are you tonight?
There apparently was
But-
a warehouse full of electric cars, and one of the batteries caught on fire and caught all the fucking cars on fire.
And the thing is, you can't put that out with a regular
Nope.
No, you can't.
with
You need
regular
a
fire
special.
extinguishing tools. They have been tested,
They'll
and
accelerate those
firefighters
fires.
have found in order to put it out, it has to be at bare minimum submerged in water for like a month before it
Wow.
actually goes out forever.
Whoa.
If you don't,
What the fuck?
you have to have specialty tools to put that fire out because it burns so hot. And the thing is that if you didn't know
That's
this,
hot.
you're about to learn this now. Not all
Lessons
fire
with
extinguishers
Oni.
are built the same way.
Imagine a
Yeah, we
whole
know
Fire
that.
parking lot
extinguishers,
of 1,000 of
fire
those things.
extinguishers are. Sorry.
Oh, there was like 1,000 cars in this,
Doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Was it
And
probably
I'm
lithium
well, Mojo.
ions too?
Mhm.
Thank you. Fire extinguishers have different ratings. Okay, you have to get
Yeah,
them
we
checked
know.
frequently, but not all fire extinguishers are meant for everything. There are
Right.
fire extinguishers for oils. There are fire
Electrical,
extinguishers
yeah.
for electricals. For certain types of heat, there
Yeah.
are certain general purpose. But you can't just throw a fire extinguisher at a problem and hope it's going to work because it's
Right.
not how it always goes.
Well,
Same with
if
these
the
types of
battery-
fires.
If the batteries were in there, they would have part of safety regulations. They would have those particular types of fire extinguishing equipment and or safety regulations there. If they didn't curb it, it should be there. But yeah, like you said, there's different ones. I learned that. We had to learn all that shit in elementary school. Like the silver ones are for this, the red ones are for that. Like
Well,
it's just
you
crazy.
have to remember, certain things have been dumbed down in the years since you've been in school and the years I went to school.
Yeah,
And also, some people just
That
don't
is
know.
true.
So, but again, when you've got that many electric vehicles packed that closely,
Yeah.
that fire is going to spread,
idiot.
and there's
Yeah.
no way to fucking contain that because it's just going to go one to the other, and suddenly you are in a bomb room.
Yeah.
You'll
And
fuck.
that's
You'll
not-
fuck now.
Oh, they
Yeah,
were
that's not the
fucked. There
place
was
to
like
be.
10 of them on fire at the time.
my
I didn't
God.
watch the rest of the video, but I was like, you're fucked.
The slow motion of Hero just like jumping something with his Tesla, like.
Black
I-
Hermosa plays in the background.
Sadly,
you
they
have
don't know how it started. So you've got hundreds of cars out there burning.
Danny Trejo's there with you.
The Panther.
The
Did you see
Jaguar.
his photo
Jaguar,
shoot where
sorry.
he dressed up like John Wick?
He did.
Oh, it's fucking great. Also, Terry Crews came out as President Camacho for South by Southwest. So, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
And
he
there-
looks hilarious. It's great.
And then there's just the water one as far as the fire extinguisher Rogue Reagan says. It's because he and Soda are teachers now, and they had to dull it down for everybody.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. It's funny because we went for a full-time position at our online school together.
Oh, my God.
And like we had a very good attitude with each other. Like if anyone should get it, it should be Soda because Soda's a really good instructor. And Soda said the same thing about me.
Right.
I would be completely happy about it. I'd be
Right.
happy for him, right? And it's just like he texts me. He's like, "Hey, Chieftain, did you get your phone call from camp director?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "What happened?" He's like, "I don't want to spoil it for you." I was like, "You're not gonna spoil it for me. Tell me." He's like, all he wrote was, "Yeah, she got it."
Yeah.
And then we both knew we had the wrong genitalia for the job. So I got my phone call later, but I joke because it's funny. But yeah, we were just like, really? Like, you didn't get it? And he's like, really? You didn't get it? Not that like we're full of ourselves, but we have another mutual friend that watches us and we work with there. And she's like, I won't mention their name or anything like that, but they're like, yeah, you guys always get good reviews and stuff like that, but we're not turning them about fire extinguishers. No. See how I got it back to the topic? Kind of. We were talking about Xbox, but I mean,
Yeah, because that's a fucking dumpster fire right there.
yeah,
I
It
like
literally-
that tie-in.
There we go. That's a good tie-in. We're gonna call you Segway Sammy. Like in that was old time Conan.
Oh, mine is actually here. That's...
a present. Yeah, present and accounted for.
You knew we had to talk about. I mean, you knew.
Yeah, she's like, somebody talking about me. I'm getting up in here. Right. It's always good when we're talking about Maya. Maya is like the best coworker ever. Yeah. If you want someone who's going to get your back, you want Maya on your team. I'm just saying, like, she's a fucking awesome person.
I agree.
I felt like someone might be talking about me, so I showed up right. Not the fact that you said, yeah, I was at the show last week. I just didn't say anything. We know you were in the chat, but we weren't going to call you out. But you called yourself out, so it's okay. You're like some of my students.
Right.
Like, if I tell them they didn't do something and it's like, I'm not singling you out, and they raise your hand. I go, don't raise your hand. I'm not singling you out. But now you're singling yourself out on a recorded video. Your Spidey sense. See, there you go. Look at that. Spidey sense. You're outnumbered, Soda.
Always fucking Spider-Man.
I like this movie, District 9. But our next topic is District 9 director makes a Doom movie. Now, did anyone ever see District 9?
No. Maybe.
Was it someone that looked like they were like almost like little sack boy people?
They were like aliens or something, and they were kind of like it looked like an internment camp. Yeah, it looked like an internment camp for aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one? Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it reminds me of, the Japanese internment camps, like what they kind of like, I think we're hinting around to that with this type of movie. But the director, I didn't even know he made a Doom movie. I mean, every Doom movie I've ever seen has been a dumpster fire. Is he going to make it, or he wants to make it? What's the context there, guys? You know?
No.
Yeah, I do. He said he would like to make it. Except,
yeah, because Fantastic Four. You know, I want to make another one.
All right, because all the rest
it hasn't gone well yet. The first one was bad, but the first one at least had a plot going on and was relatable to the games, even if it was kind of distant because they made them aliens instead of just demons. And it at least featured designs from the most recent Doom game at the time. Okay, I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But the second one was so bad, it got ratioed. And then people were like, it was sexist ratio. No, it wasn't. It wasn't sexist ratioing. It was that they took out everything that made it Doom. Like, okay, yeah, they kept it with demons, but it was the same demon. And it's the imp, which is only a step above zombies. They're, no offense, basic. Whether from the first demons that you fight and they get fucking destroyed. Right. They just become cannon fodder. And the thing is that I don't want to watch the Doom guy do Doom guy stuff. I want to be the Doom guy doing the Doom guy stuff. I want to be the one ripping POV my enemies apart. I want to take the chainsaw and go through my enemies and make them pour all the extra bullets and things that I want. The health, armor,
if NSA is watching us, we're talking about a video game, not going out to a crowd and physically doing it. But yeah, they made a movie like that, Oni, where it's a completely action movie that's a POV of the person. You are the person.
It was, something hairy.
Balls?
No, not hairy balls.
Oh.
Hardline?
Keep on hinting around the soda segment.
Hothead?
I don't remember. If someone can look it up in the chat, we'll give you like the ringer. Oh, Hardcore Harry. Yeah, very good, Mojo. You get a gold star there.
Oh,
Hardcore Henry. Okay, so
Harry.
Yeah, they did it, but the thing is that
Henry, sorry.
You want to physically do it. You don't want to watch someone do it. You want to fucking do it yourself.
Right.
DIY that shit. And again, it hasn't gone well. And which Doom are they going to go with? Are they going to go with classic 90s Doom, which they might come up with some serious copyright issues because of certain things? Or are they going to go with
the mods with the titties on the walls and shit like that?
Or are they going to go with the Doom Slayer version of Doom?
Yeah, milk those.
Which one are they going to do?
Yeah, which one are they going to do? Like, there's so many of them, iterations that you can do, right?
maybe not so much, but I mean, there are a few. Because they had there are also a lot of mods as well. So if they wanted to do a mod,
God mod.
The whole point of Doom is you are the Doom guy. You don't want to watch someone be the Doom guy. You want to be the Doom guy.
What looks like the Wolfenstein guy.
Yeah, Oni just wants to kill everybody. Like,
I don't blame her. So do I.
Not everybody. I'd spare some.
Make them my minions.
Yeah.
But the thing about this is,
on her throne of skulls.
Right.
Doom is so graphic.
Oh, that's a great point. Rogue Raven wrote there. Oddly enough, the actor from Hardcore Henry is in District 9.
Huh.
Go ahead, Oni. I keep on interrupting
you. The thing is, no, you're good. It's so gory and graphic.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like the first movie in a while to be NC-17 if you want to do it right.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the whole point is that it is unnecessarily graphic. And when it comes to horror games or gory games like this, the whole point that makes it so graphic is the implication. It's not rendered in 100% true to life detail because, well, most of these creatures aren't real. And two, the implication is what makes it scarier. That's why older horror games are so terrifying even today. It's because it looks just close enough that you can identify it, but it is just glitched out enough or too rough to be able to identify key components. It's the fact that it's just close enough to life, and yet something's not quite right. That's what makes it so terrifying. And Doom, just again, a video game being translated to the big screen, especially when it's a story that is very loosely tied together, because really the whole story is wrapped around the violence. I would find it very difficult to believe anyone could really pull it off successfully. I don't think it was ever meant to be portrayed on the screen like that. It was meant to be played. It was meant to be played through literally by going through your enemies and making them your bitch. So, I mean, good luck, but no hopes.
Rogue Raven says, I think the same premise is said for old suspense radio programs. They were scarier because it forced you to create the world around you we're hearing, and then the music made it intense. It's the same animal.
So what was the one in what they did? Was it War of the Worlds where everybody thought
when they thought it was real?
Everybody's going fucking
nuts. Orson Welles.
Yeah.
They're like people like fucking panicking and shit. Yeah.
Could you imagine? That would be
Mojo's right. It's all about the atmosphere that you create. Yeah. So, it's a genre that they tried it twice and weren't very successful because people were like, really, The Rock's in this? But anyways, I don't remember. I remember one of them. I saw one of them with The Rock. I don't remember what the other one was. But it's a completely different from looks alone. This guy looks a lot younger than me, so I don't think he would remember the '90s Doom. But I mean, it doesn't mean he can't like pick up the game or watch an emulator or go to YouTube like everybody else, right? So and see, I want to turn this into a movie. No, this isn't Mario. I don't think you can do it. I personally don't think it's a good idea, but I mean, either. I also said that Mario was going to be under $1 billion, and I was wrong with that.
Yeah,
so,
a little bit.
But I don't know, Soda. I don't know about like another movie like this. I think Oni makes a pretty good point.
I don't want to see it.
No, it's not like I go to movies anyway. Like, it doesn't matter if it's $1 billion movie. I just saw Ant-Man last week. I mean,
if it comes out on Disney or whatever,
yeah. But like
I don't think
Doom
in general just doesn't do it for me. Like,
it's just violence for the sake of violence. Like, if you want to create a story around it, then you got Resident Evil, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like very similar. Like, everyone's like, oh, let's see it. This is an easy way to make money, like Oni was saying before.
Yeah,
they just want to go with the D&D thing she was talking about.
That
You
was the
know,
whole cool thing about Doom when it first came out. You could just run around and kill shit. Like get really
the
good that
Tyrannus like
way.
Resident Evil has a story. Yeah.
Apparently, ask Nova. Oh, where's Nova? Fucker.
No, remember he says like if yeah, I don't know what he's no, he's not here. It's okay.
Fired.
Resident Evil. Okay, so if they're gonna try to make an ultra violent movie, but have it actually make have a theme or make sense, they should just do Wolfenstein.
I agree. That makes more sense.
Everybody loves to shit on the Nazis.
Easy enemy to hate, right?
All right.
Easy enemy to hate. You do the uniforms right, they're going to look sleek and evil, and you're just going to come in and ruin their fucking day.
Somebody
And
would probably go woke somehow.
Yeah.
You can't do
here's
that
the
to
thing,
the
though.
Nazis.
Was that Hugo Boss made the original ones?
yes, Hugo Boss and Coco Chanel did give her endorsement for certain things.
I'm not pumping my fist because of Nazis. I'm pumping my fist because I got it right. Because I can never remember Coco Chanel and Hugo Boss for some reason.
Trying to get us kicked off already.
Yeah, I've been Nazis, fascists,
With
whatever.
Wolfenstein, in one of their, I think it's Wolfenstein New Colossus. Don't quote me on it. The main character, Blazkowicz, has 2 daughters. He teaches them in his footsteps. That's fucking awesome. It's like, bring the family together. What brings the family together more than going hunting some Nazis? That sounds pretty fucking
right,
American
there we go.
to me.
That's funny.
So you could do that. You can make it a story, because also the thing is, Blazkowicz is actually an ancestor of the Doom guy, if you go according to the original Doom lore. So, but the thing is, again, you could easily make it have a story, and they're all going to be humanoid based instead of having to do all these extra things for Doom.
Wolfenstein streaming night Thursday nights.
Only on Lagging Out.
You have a good
You might as
point
well
there.
just do a Wolfenstein movie. Come on,
It screams.
at least that
it
id
screams
Software game hasn't
moneymaker.
been fucked over yet.
Yeah, they haven't screwed that up yet. So
There may have been a miss in terms of Wolfenstein, but it was still considered a decent enough game. Okay, like certain things, they're not major wins, but in the big scheme of things, they were at least still successful.
Yeah. Agreed.
yeah, I agree with that. I'd buy that for $1.
If it had ads in
Well, I don't know if it was Wolfenstein or Doom where they had the mods of the pixelated like nudie girls. Was that Soda? Soda, was that
Probably
Wolfenstein or was that Doom?
They modded Doom to shit. So
Yeah, like they
There's
did
some
like a
funny ones
lot
out
of
there.
crazy. Like I remember that in college. Like people like would find these hacks for it, and like they would do like crazy shit to the walls. Like, and it was like raunchy shit. I'm like, where the fuck did you find it? It's like I found it online. I'm like, what do you mean online? What's online?
Right.
Like I had like fucking Netscape in class. I didn't know you can get online
Man,
in the
take me
dorm.
back with Netscape. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Or in
Predecessor
Lycos.
to Firefox. Holy shit.
In
10,000
Lycos.
AOL CDs out in the
Yeah.
trash somewhere.
Yeah, the trash.
Right next to ET and all the fun codes.
They're all the Funkos. But not next to the Blacklight Oni
Metal Gear
Funko
movie?
Pops that we'll be coming up with that comes with a workable flamethrower. The kids love it.
No, that'd be amazing.
I was thinking, Oni, I was honestly thinking it would be awesome to do a Funko of you, but like it would come with different hair, colored hair, so you could change your mohawk out.
That'd be cool.
So purple, then red, then green. That would be cool, right?
What if you did it so that it was actually an LCD covering, and so if you like touched it and squished it around, or you submerged it in cold water, kind of like a mood ring?
Oh yeah.
That
Like
effect? That'd be fucking sweet.
yeah, kind of like the G.I. Joe, the twins from the Crimson Guard, like they would change blue and stuff like that. Well, the Barbies would do that too, I think. And all the that's what the girl dolls would have, like the makeup when you use the cold water over their eyes. Yeah, that's cool. I kind of want to see a Metal Gear Solid movie. We're not talking about
the Marine Corps was kind of playing around with Metal Gear, given that they outsmarted a DARPA AI by holding a branch in front of their face and walking very slowly, hiding under boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about the? Did they hide from the exclamation point that pops on the top of your head? Like, whoop!
Oh, they had no need to, because the DARPA AI never caught on. Look,
wow.
the commander gave them a mission, gave them a challenge, and the Marines were like, "Oh, bitchin'."
It's like, I don't have to eat crayons. I can actually go do that.
Wait, no, you'll give us the metallic crayons?
Nice. I want the copper ones. They change color in time.
What about the scented ones? Oh, we got a deal. Let's go. We get glitter glue? Awesome.
Nice. I know they're doing a remake of a Metal Gear Solid. Did anyone see that online? I saw like a quick little snip of that.
No, not yet.
On socials.
I feel like I heard about it.
Yeah. Those in copper cones out green.
Look, I'm just surprised they're making it okay, yes, there's been information out for a while that Dragon's Dogma 2 is in the works.
Yeah.
But it's official. The website is live.
Dogma 2? What? Wait.
Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, Dragon.
I was thinking of the movie Dogma.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Kevin Smith.
No, that one needs to be left alone. Do not touch it. It was perfection.
Kevin Smith, yeah, don't ruin a good thing.
Yeah, I can't stand when he takes photos, dude. It's always hat backwards and like he always looks like he's like shocked and stuff. I'm like, can you stop doing that? It's scaring the fucking shit out of me. Like he never takes a serious photo. It's always like, I'm surprised. I'm edgy.
That's good. He's, I guess,
My
going
God.
after side of Bob, maybe.
Yeah.
Of course, he lost all that weight. So.
Well, he had a heart attack. He had to. He almost died. There's Actinova.
Hey, about time.
They're like, okay, they're stopped. He comes by the second he hears the letters D and D, he leaves. So then now he's back.
Lesser D's nuts.
Yeah.
Talking about.
I don't talk about.
Yet. We're not talking about Hero yet. We're saving that.
We're getting to it. We can do that now, actually, if that's okay with everybody.
Isn't it part of the trivia?
There is no trivia this week.
Oh, I thought she added it.
Oh, she did?
I think she's sleeping again, but
I thought she said I told her to put it back to the end. We won't do the trivia this week.
yeah, and then I said to do the one, and I thought she said she had. Maybe she didn't. I don't know.
Well, he's got some ice and he's doing well. And we can actually tell you, and it's kind of awkward, but we want to wish him a speedy recovery. But who else better than Peter Griffin to explain
Oh God.
what Hero went through and the speedy recovery?
Lois, you're getting your tubes tied.
Why should I get my tubes tied? You should get a vasectomy.
First of all, I don't know what that is. And second of all, no freaking way.
Peter, it's the male equivalent of a woman getting her tubes tied, except it's actually a lot quicker and safer. Let these guys explain.
A vasectomy's a medical procedure. One that makes you half a man. You're half a man. Remember when you twisted up your garden hose? Well, essentially that is the plan. That is the plan.
So we wish Hero a speedy recovery and hope he comes back next week.
Even though he could have just iced his balls and been Hero.
Like that guy in the UFC, like he like drops his pants and he's in his drawers right in the middle of the octagon. They're like, "Why'd you take your pants off?" It's like, "Oh, my balls were hot."
My balls.
He literally did that, Oni, like right in the middle of like a million people.
Greatest thing ever.
He's so awkward. And
was
then
he sober?
yeah, he was a fighter. He's a fighter.
He's a fighter.
He
He's
did it
just
after the match.
Not the smartest man in the world, but
I don't care how hot my balls are. I am not doing that. I'm not dropping trow and just being in my boxer briefs, like having Joe Rogan talk to me about the fight. There's no. And what about Joe Rogan, dude?
something I would probably do.
But like, I saw this clip that Soda put in the Discord chat where it was LeBron James. He's like sitting on the bench, and all of a sudden he reaches into his pants. I'm like, man, he's just going for it.
Yeah.
He takes out this fucking huge bag of ice, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, does people have like chronically hot balls?
No, he got kicked in the balls that game.
Oh, he
sure
did.
that-
Okay.
I think it was might have been Draymond Green got him good. But,
I'm not saying LeBron deserves it, but
fucking, you can kick LeBron in the balls all you want.
with a guy flopping half the time, you can't tell if it's like legitimate or he's really hurt. You know,
Fucking dick.
a fake or a hurt. Like they were trying to make an argument. They're like, okay, we want to do the Jordan LeBron argument. All right,
No,
fine.
You can't.
How many times has Jordan been swept in the finals? And the guy's like, no. He's like, no. How many times has Jordan been swept in the finals? They're like, none. Exactly. I win. And that was it. That was the end of the conversation. It's like, how many times have Jordan iced his balls would be a different question. I think that would be a little bit of a closer matchup. But
If you LeBron fans want a good argument, just go look at Larry Bird's stats and compare them to LeBron's stats. They're almost fucking identical. So.
pretty much, they won't even put him in the conversation. So, anyways, different eras. Anyway, guys, that's where Hero is, and he's resting, and we hope he comes back more aerodynamic, and we'll see him soon.
But if we have to, worry about procreation if he's the last man on Earth, we're fucked.
Yeah, I would volunteer for that. Where's Liv Morgan?
I said Becky Lynch. But...
You said Becky Lynch. Liv Morgan was the first person I thought of. With Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus would be a high risk. I'm sure she can still have kids, but
Becky
in your late 40s, it's a little bit harder. So
Becky just had one. So.
Yeah, I can't remember the dude's name though. It's not
Rollins.
McIntyre, is it? Henry or Rollins?
Seth
It's another Harry.
Freaking Rollins.
Yeah, Seth Rollins. All those hairy guys with those beards look the same to me in the WWE. But anyways, we have to hydrate. So.
Oh, well, I'm not going to hydrate, but I am going to crack one of these open.
IBC.
Hear that?
Oh, is that a?
No.
Is that a Mountain Dew?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's got the Baja Blast.
Putting it in my little sippy cup.
Fuck.
She's like, and then she says, "Oh, I don't look 16." While she's drinking in the sippy cup.
It's not a sippy cup. I'm just calling it a sippy cup because I don't know what the actual term is. It's one of those, like, resealable...
Non-spillable cups?
Yeah, it's got a spoon. It was a gift from my supervisor for Christmas, and it's
okay.
Sort of translucent. I don't know.
Translucent.
Like there we go.
Like that super cunt from
Super cunt.
From what's I can't remember the show. Oh, it's a show that Nova's in. Like Nova's dad's in it. Not Nova's dad, but it could be his uncle. Baja Blast, that's what it is. But what is the superhero show? Come on, Soda. What was the we make fun of it all the time.
The Boys?
The Boys, thank you. Yeah.
Cost you a tenner.
So we were talking about science fiction last week, and we had May the 4th 2 weeks ago, and we figured, hey, let's do our favorite 90s sci-fi, not knowing or forgetting, or the person who created the topics failed to realize that one of our hosts was born in the mid-90s and kind of has a distinct disadvantage there because they were shitting in their diapers at the point when these shows were on television and or movie theaters. So, just like in typical lagging out fashion, it was very difficult to come up with one. She's like, I wasn't born then. I don't know. So we just had to try to figure out as best we can. But to some of our older audiences, can you take a guess on some of our favorite films? What was Soda's favorite show? What was Chieftain's? What was Oni's when she was pooping in her diapers? What was the first thing that she remembered?
Shows are movies. So.
Yeah, it's like now me and Soda are pooping in our diapers. It's a complete opposite thing.
Yeah, we're going the other way.
We're going the other way.
My parents potty trained us pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you become cognizant, you're like, wow, sitting in my own shit, it's really fucking uncomfortable. Maybe I should not do that. Brilliant.
Even back then, Oni didn't take any shit.
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm. At least, if not anything, Oni, you are consistent.
Heroes?
I try to be.
Heroes was 2000s.
Even though Hero made the topic, I believe.
Heroes
Motherfucker!
What?
Seriously, okay. It's got to be based in the 90s. Chooses a 2000s topic. Motherfucker. Oh, yeah, we can choose 90s. Did you realize one of us was 5 years old when the 90s ended, right?
Yeah, me.
You were playing T-ball.
Kidding, I graduated 93.
I graduated 94. So.
I'm coming up on my 10-year high school graduation.
Oh.
On my 30?
Yeah, 30 be next year for me.
So that must be this year for me then. So.
Let me mess it.
Are you going to go back to it? They're like, wow, it looks like you're still in high school, Oni. He's like, fuck you.
Oh, fuck no. They probably don't even know where I am. They probably have no idea where I am. I don't even know I don't remember the last time I updated my Facebook. I certainly didn't update it when I moved back to North Carolina for a couple of, weeks. I really don't foresee myself going to visit my high school reunion. If they think I'm dead, that's probably a good thing. No offense to them. I just don't see a reason to go back aside from family and friends.
I think my last reunion, they had a fight because somebody called somebody a Jew or something.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Wow.
That's mine. They can't even
that
have
didn't
a
go well
without causing drama. Fucking rich ass fuckers.
Yeah. That's what they always used to call us too. Like, oh, you from the rich kid school? I'm like, really? That's news to me. I had like all old shit. I had plumas and not pumas. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I can
tell you, everybody at my school was, well, you're either from one side of the track or the other. I was from the other. They were, there was a lot.
I was poor. What about that white privilege everyone was talking about? Did you have that?
I fucking did. They skipped. School did. I can tell you. I think we had like 4 black people. Like that was it out of 2,000 students. So yeah, it was
2,000 students in the class or in the school?
In the school. I graduated with like 550. So
okay, I graduated with 1,400. So it's just like
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, my high school reunion was bigger than my college reunion. My high school graduation was bigger than my high school My high school graduation was bigger than my college graduation. I'll get it right eventually. But
hang on. Wait. Hey, Badger. Let me see if Badger's in the chat. I don't think she is. She's probably. I don't know what she's doing.
She's
but
sleeping.
Again.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't remember how big my high school was. I don't think it could have possibly been that big because the population at the last census for that town wasn't even 15,000. Now, that's still pretty big to me, but I think we may have, I don't know how many people we had in the graduating class. I mean,
well, I think it was also really 25,000 in our town, so we still had that many.
They were all related.
I want to say my high school didn't have. I think my high school had about 2,000 students. I think that seems big to me. But also, you might be a redneck, or you may have gone to a redneck school. You had bring your tractor to school day.
Where can I park my horse?
Okay, here's one. For the first Halloween party I had in high school, which was for band class, marching band,
One time at band camp.
Two of the students raced lawnmowers down one of the hallways.
Hey, that
was how Southern we got.
Wow. Where were you raised? What state?
Well,
the Carolinas?
I was born in California, so I lived a few years there.
Right.
But then I graduated most of my schooling from North Carolina in the mountains. So, yeah. And then you go, oh, but you don't have an accent. No, but you want to know something really ironic? That high school I graduated from, the W, is the same W as Wisconsin Badgers.
I gotcha.
Also, our fight song in high school was on Wisconsin. So, Mojo, that's actually fucking hilarious. I don't even know if we're allowed, I don't know if my high school's allowed to do that
all
anymore.
seniors brought tractors. I did security for it. Wow.
But I mean, it's just these little weird things that it seemed normal to me because it's just the culture I was from. So, I mean, aside from my hair, I mean, I dyed it in high school. I just didn't have a mohawk at the time. My hair has evolved. I mean, like...
It's like a Pokemon.
Pretty much. I don't really see a reason why I would need to go to my high school reunion.
There's a clip.
I don't know.
This is the weird thing, Oni. You think no one remembers you. I went to my 25, and I went there, and everyone recognized me. They're like, were you like put in a freezer or something? Because you look exactly the same, minus like you have facial hair in there. They're like,
well,
yeah. It was weird. It was like, oh, it's like I was like the nerdy kid. They're like, no, you weren't. That kid was the nerdy kid. They're like, no, you were always nice and funny, and you had a lot of female friends and all that stuff, and you were quiet. Believe it or not, I was quiet. But I was funny and quiet. Yeah, exactly. Crazy, right? But
I was in my high school yearbook for
assassinations.
Quote most unique. Along with this kid that I can't fucking stand. I hope he's mellowed out in these years because we butted heads a lot. But, you know, things change.
He was short, too?
Go through things. What?
You butted heads. You did like the same height?
No, he and I did not have...
oh, not literally. Okay.
No, let's just say... Well, almost at that point. But let's just say we didn't agree on a lot of things. But... Hey, if he's doing great, awesome. But I mean, hate to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean, crap's sake, I've outlived several classmates. I have no, like, I shit you not. Day after graduation, so I'm about to ship out to boot camp. We got word that one of our classmates had died the day after graduation. It was a freak accident. He was removing a tree from the property at his parents' place, and it landed on him. So
no laughing. No laughing.
Yeah, do not take life for granted. It can be gone in an instant. I am.
Don't take it for granted
nearing my
either.
30s.
Are you a rock person? Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a quote from a show. Go ahead.
Oh, I am nearing my 30s, but he is forever that 18 or 19-year-old. You know, it's
right.
It's kind of sobering to think about when
emotional damage.
Time passes, but for some of us, time stops, and you stay in that moment. Like sometimes it's hard for me to think that I'm the age I am. I sometimes feel like I'm stuck at
age 12.
Well, I used to think I feel like I was stuck at age 22 for a while mentally. Now I feel like I'm stuck at like 25 or 26 because these were major turning points in my life. So when I was 22, got out of the military. You know, started living my life in Georgia, became a college student. When I was 25, 26, that's when I graduated college and moved out of Georgia and all this happened. So it's hard for me to imagine the year that I am because certain milestones don't quite hit the same way. I don't know. It's just something to think about, and I don't mean to bring the mood down.
Too late. It's Memorial Day. You set the pace. Too late. Too bad.
I have some thoughts on Memorial Day. Okay,
we'll save it for after the soft topic.
Exactly.
The first one is yours.
Soft taco.
Oh shit! Wait, we didn't talk about the '90s TV show thing, or is that not yet?
This is it. This is it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So fuck you, Hero. You wanted me to choose something from the '90s, so we're going to go with the original movie with Qui-Gon Jinn, bitch. And Darth Maul, because he doesn't love Darth Maul, was a double-sided saber, and you're like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever, and he's all tattooed. Who wants to be him? Everybody does.
Picture, but how's it done?
I agree with that one.
Yeah, because you said 90s, and it was made in 1999, so fuck you. If you chose 2000s, like you actually did, I would have said Firefly, but apparently we can't play by the rules, so Phantom Menace. Darth Maul
we should have
is,
just picked
course,
2000.
Right.
Darth Maul is my favorite.
Anyway, so.
He's my favorite Star Wars character.
Darth Maul was awesome.
In general, yeah.
He's overrated.
In general, he's just. Here's the thing: the Clone Wars actually expanded a lot on his backstory, and if you want to have a basis for a character who's the other side of the coin of the anti-hero, this is it, because the idea of a character who knows only one thing, they live only for that thing, that goal. They are abandoned by everybody, thrown away like trash, no matter how much they try to prove themselves, and they never can reach it. And so they decide
well, he's cut in half. He can't
skills.
Reach anything anymore. I mean,
oh no, he made himself some spider legs.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Is that
he
canon?
made himself some. Oh yeah, yes it is. Because here's the thing, he was instrumental in Kenobi's exile because he killed Kenobi's lover.
Oh.
He kept hunting Obi-Wan Kenobi because he blamed everything on Obi-Wan Kenobi because, yes, he did kill Qui-Gon Jinn, but Obi-Wan was able to get that shot to cut him in half. And Darth Maul knew who Anakin was. The thing is what Darth Maul didn't know was that Anakin was always meant to be the apprentice. Darth Maul was a placeholder. He was never meant to be a Sith Lord. Palpatine was literally using him as a placeholder to do his dirty work. But Darth Maul only knew that lifestyle. He had no other skills, had no other connections. Because of the lifestyle that had been ingrained in him since birth, he had nothing else to rely on. And the concept to me of people relying on the skills that they have with the knowledge and wisdom that they have at that time, and it's still leading them down to failure because they have nothing else. But because they have nothing else, they keep striving for more. It's like, the spider going up the gutter. It doesn't work. So if he can't earn Palpatine's respect or trust to be a Sith Lord, then he'll take from somebody else. And he took from Kenobi everything he could. And that's why I'm convinced. So because he also actually had control of the Darksaber. He became the Mandalore for a while.
Oh.
Except then Palpatine came and knocked him down again. He lost Darksaber. He went into exile for a while, and then he encountered Kenobi one last time. And I'm convinced he knew he was going to die. I'm convinced he knew he was going to lose on that one. And the thing is that Darth Maul wasn't wrong. He pleaded when in the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano and Darth Maul fight. He screams, "They're going to kill us all. They're going to kill us all." And the thing is that he's not wrong.
You knew Joe Biden?
No, but
okay.
He also said that Anakin would avenge them. And he did. Anakin did. He did bring balance to the Force, technically, by killing more than half of the Jedi. Brought balance to the Force.
Yeah.
So
I got to do with Maul.
But none of that shit would have happened if it wasn't for Phantom Menace. And again, that was like the first new movie, first new TV show thing ever in years, because they had comics, they had RPG books, they had some video games, but they had never had another movie since. And to include the prequel of
that was the longest fucking movie out of all the sequels. I wanted to. It's one of those movies you can't watch twice. It's just like, I tried watching it and like I enjoyed it the first time and then I passed out. Don't watch it. Like if it's 9 p.m. at night, don't watch it. You won't get through it.
But then again, there are so many good one-liners though. So many good memes that came from Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh, please. It's amazing. But again, especially when you look at today.
What that poor kid went through, the actor.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah. But they also had some really great sets. They had some really great costumes and makeup.
Oh, yeah,
design.
Absolutely. It was good. Yeah. All that was good.
You couldn't CGI most of that shit. So it was magical to me because, well, again.
Absolutely. Part of your childhood, so it would be, right?
Maybe it was the start of why I'm so edgy, I'm like, oh, Darth Maul, that's so fucking cool. I wish I had tattoos. Winds up not liking needles, and I don't have a tattoo yet. But
she's gonna have like one of those black and white face tattoos and look like Maul walking around and shit.
No. I would probably.
I'm Mike Tyson, bitch.
Don't fuck with me. But it just, it opened up my world because
I don't have that anymore.
I don't think they are. Yeah. But my parents are, to an extent, nerds. They're a different era, different type of nerd, but they set the groundwork. And I remember distinctly a 6 VHS collection of the, at the time, complete Star Wars saga.
Right.
And that was one of them. And I remember I also had a lunchbox when I was a kid of I think it was episode 2. It had Anakin, it had Obi-Wan. I mean, yeah, that was my life as a kid, was
absolutely
starting to become a nerd. So, yeah, it's important to me. Yeah, that's my long-ass rant of Phantom Menace, good 90s sci-fi. Or Western. It can be both.
Space opera. Whatever you want to call it. I was just going through Tinder as you were doing that.
Oh, jeez.
You would not believe the Sahara Desert that is called a dating scene within 100 miles of my house.
You could have just left it at the arid wasteland of a dating scene, and I probably would have gone, yeah, it sounds about right, given what I'm hearing regarding social media and shit. Holy crap.
I was making comments about every single person. I'm like, she doesn't live near me. This one's not showing her face. This one's showing a picture of the river. Why are you showing a picture of a fucking river on a dating site?
To get you moist.
I walked right into that one.
Yeah, dude.
And this is how Oni gets all the clips on YouTube Shorts. I was looking at Yaris, who comes in here once in a while, one of our friends, and she did a short, 4 million views.
Damn, wow. Good for her.
I was like, holy shit. Like, I told her, are you a magician? What did Anakin say? It's like, are you an angel? Are you a magician? All right, so I guess I'm next. Okay.
Looks like it.
Dun, 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 dun. You are my number 1. There we go. Number 1.
No.
I command you to do a number 2. Star Trek: The Next Generation. I wasn't a huge fan of Worf's hair in the first season. You can see in the background it kind of has like that mo cut. But I did like the Riker beard. But in the first season didn't have a beard, if everyone remembers. Like almost Oni said, we didn't have a Star Trek movie or a show in years, and then they decided to do The Next Generation. I really like this. Even being a Star Wars fan, I liked this too, which is you're not technically supposed to like both, right? But
who cares what the fucking rules say? If you like what you like, go do you.
I liked the Next Generation. I also liked Voyager because it had, I called her 6 of 9, giggity, but 7 of 9. On there as well. Deep Space, any Deep Space Nine, any of those films with any of those shows that were spinoffs of this. I just remember watching this on Saturdays, eating Chinese food in the kitchen with my parents and watching The Next Generation. Again, it gave, like Oni was saying, it gave me the feels. But yeah, I should have used this shot for Oni and didn't even think to do it because I'm stupid. But you're not stupid. Anyways, Obi-Wan Picard. Wait, is that Obi-Wan Picard? How dare you, Tyrann Death? How dare you?
Wow.
How dare you?
Mixing up the two. And as Oni would call him, Sir Patrick Stewart, right? Yep. Still looks the same after like 40 years. But yeah, I really like the show. I didn't really have much to get into. I liked it and liked the movies that came from it. Like the throwbacks when they had Captain Kirk with a throwback because they were in a time warp in a movie and they got to converse with Shatner, Captain Kirk. It was like a long way to go just to get them. Like, we want them both in the same movie. What can we do? Let's make a time riff like we did on the show. I'm like, oh, okay. Because if anyone remembers, Kelsey Grammer was actually a captain of another ship in the same time with Captain Kirk was in ship, and there was a rift in this particular show. So it was one of Kelsey Grammer's very first episodes after Cheers. Bottomless pit of useless knowledge. Like, who's Kelsey Grammer? He played Beast in X-Men. If anyone remembers, he played Beast. Yes, no.
Mm-hmm.
F in the chat if you don't know what I'm talking about. X to doubt.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I may have hung up on the phone call because I hit the wrong button. Something about Beast.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer played Beast, but he was also the captain of a starship in The Next Generation when they hit a time rift.
Oh, yeah, because I mean, Beast.
Kirstie Alley as well.
We're talking about Beast from X-Men 3, right?
Beast from the good X-Men, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
The one with the good, the one with the good Nightcrawler.
Yes.
Well, I like that. He was my favorite Nightcrawler out of the two.
Alan Cummings did a great job. Excellent job. Don't get me wrong. The other Nightcrawler, from what I've seen, super duper sweet. But it scares me when they said they had the actor drop like 30 plus pounds for that role.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
That's fucking scary. I look in the mirror and go, am I gaining weight? And then I go, well, I didn't really eat much today. That's probably not a good thing either.
You have a problem with, like, you snack, though. I think you're fine.
I do try to snack, yes.
Yeah,
and
that's not like you're a nibbler. It keeps my temperament
a lot more even. But dropping 30 pounds for a role, holy fucking shit. But yeah, no, I remember because they made Beast, whoever did the writing for Beast, good job. Very good job, because he seemed to have a lot of fun with that role. They made him so charismatic, as he should have been.
Kind of commanded a room very a dignitary. Well, he was a senator, right? Or a secretary of
they made
Secretary
him a senator.
of Affairs. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just super charming.
I believe I remember that.
Super bubbly, and then Wolverine's like, I don't know if I like him. He's like super nice. I don't.
Who's the blue
him.
guy?
And he's smart, so I don't like him.
You know what's funny, Oni, is I had a student, he was like, I think 12 or 13 years old. He did a lip sync of that scene. Professor X, Beast, and Wolverine. And it starts off like, who's the furball? And then he does like, it's a 15-second dialogue. He does it with 3 characters. He does a really good job with it. The kid's going to be famous. But yeah, he did it in 2D. He did it in animate. He drew all the characters and staged it and did all that stuff. And I gave him, I gave him the hardest thing that I think he could do. And he nailed it. And like, he got the lip syncs perfect. So I already know it's like, it starts off because I've heard it 1,000 times. Who's the furball? You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and like, I don't know. It's like one character is hard. 3 is just like, I never done 3 in college. But yeah, like a lot of those characters, it's funny that you see them in other sci-fi type shows, you know, or some sci-fi fantasy or comic related stuff. So it's pretty good. But yeah, that was my favorite. Let's go to Soda.
But everybody can guess mine. At least play in the Discord. The
Yeah.
truth is out there.
Dun, dun, dun. I should have the X-Men music with you. Huh?
So yes, I love the X. Even though I didn't get to watch a lot of TV in the 90s because I was always playing sports.
You were a jock.
But
yeah,
the X-Files, just thinking back, of course, they have seasons that ran into the 2000s. They rebooted it, and, you know, all that. But yeah, this was one of the few movies I can say kind of like makes you open up your mind, like the fact, you know, could this shit really happen, kind of thing.
and we're finding out. Yes, it has.
I've always jacked around talking. There it is. That's the movie. You know, talking about aliens in Discord. If you guys ever in there, so. And I still like her as an actor. Him, not so much, but Gillian Anderson.
Oh, she's very good.
Not Matthew McConaughey. I don't know what this guy is, but he got in trouble because he said he was a sex addict and had to go to rehab.
Well, he was in Californication, so I mean that was.
Yeah, he was also in Evolution.
David Duchovny, yeah. But yeah, some of the episodes, you know, you just remember them, like when they, it's like a family that was just inbreeding over and over till the baby wasn't, you know, had too many defects. They went and buried it in the backyard. Just shit you don't forget, you know. Like, it's great. And then they rebooted it, and I was so happy. But
they had the guy from T2, the guy who played the T-1000.
Actually, had two new characters.
William McCovney.
Yeah.
Oh, they did another one after that. You said okay.
Yeah, they did one that I think it only had like 3 seasons, maybe if that. But they had another couple that was just like these two. It was a young redheaded girl and, you know, kind of cocky, you know, like they were. And I was like, good, they're gonna do a spinoff, which they fucking never did, but it would have been great. I think they ran out of ideas. I mean, they did 10 seasons at least, I want to say.
David Duchovny, thank you so much, Mojo. I couldn't think of his name.
If you're ever fucking bored, just play X-Files. Watch season 1 to the end. There's gonna be episodes that are some episodes, yes. Some episodes are just way out there. But
they were on Sunday nights on Fox. I remember that.
But yeah, I didn't get a lot of time to watch TV back then. So
you just had to TiVo it. What are you talking about? You just TiVo it and watch it later.
I don't think we had TiVo.
No, you had a thing called a VCR, and you just time it.
I thought TiVo didn't come out till like the mid 2000s.
It didn't. I was making a joke.
Setting a VCR to time something was like fucking programming a supercomputer. Like
I was able to do that. Like I would watch literally 5 hours of wrestling and schedule my college.
I forgot about that shit.
Dance on your own face.
Give me a soda. Give me.
Oh God. No, but I can do it really well. I would record one and then get home from class at 8 p.m., watch 2 hours of wrestling, and then watch the Nitro 3 hours, and then fast forward. I had it down to a science, but Soda's right. It took time to figure out like to set your fucking time on your VCR to get everything right.
But usually I was playing sports or bowling, or I don't know what I was doing at the time, but baseball still. So it was
getting beat out at first base by Berkman.
No, it was Bagwell actually.
Oh, Bagwell. Bagwell back then, yeah.
But he came from Boston, so I would have been fucked. I would have never made it. I would have couldn't touch Bagwell if I had to. You know?
No.
But yeah, I mean, X-Files is just great.
Good film, good show.
Yeah.
I think it was on. Yeah, it was on like on that. They had like a beast lineup on Sundays. It was X-Files. They had In Living Color, and then they had Married with Children, like all back to back to back.
What is
like,
she in? Gillian Anderson is in. Nova called it a kiddie show, but I don't really call it.
She was in The Crown.
Sex Education, I believe, or it's something.
She played. Oh, was she?
She's a sex therapist, and her son becomes a sex therapist at school and gives sexual advice to all kids at school. It's fucking funny. It's on Netflix. It's great, but she's She's
That's
his
funny.
mom, and of course she always embarrasses him because
Yeah.
he has
That's funny.
clients over telling him about their sexual issues, and fetishes.
Oh
and shit.
Jesus!
It's like, you want to talk about your vagina, dear? He's like, what?
No.
Don't talk to my friends, mom.
Attention! The preceding content is intended for mature
Yes,
audiences.
this is mature.
But I remember she actually played Margaret Thatcher in not the latest season, but the season before in The Crown. She actually played her. I'm like, that's her. Like, she fucking nailed it too. She looked exactly like her. It was crazy.
Really good actor.
Yeah.
She also was in Princess Mononoke.
She's done
She
a
voice
lot.
acted Moro, the wolf god.
Oh yeah,
San's
she was
mother.
in Hannibal. She was
The
in
one-
Hannibal too. No, but where
I
you at?
think she was also in like The Seventh Son, which was a movie from like, I don't know, mid to late 2000s, and I don't remember if it did well, but it was some fantasy movie they tried to hype up. She's aged
done a
really
lot.
gracefully. Like
Yeah.
she's got such a refined look to her. She carries herself really well.
Oh gosh, she's done a lot. Johnny English. I didn't know she was in Johnny English.
I think actually when she came out of the X-Files, she actually came out, and no one cared.
Why would we? Like,
yeah, because X-Files is like, yeah, we don't care. No more X-Files ended, and it wasn't like a big deal.
I mean, all I know is she had a kid at some point that they were, at least what my parents said is that I think it was like in one of the earlier
54.
seasons of X-Files, she had a kid, and to hide it from the public and not have her written out
Really?
of the show, they
I didn't know
filmed around her.
Oh yeah.
So
I
they
do
would
remember
use
that.
they would use old school film techniques to hide her pregnancy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's had quite a lot. She's only 54, so she's
Wow.
not really.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't seen Hannibal, please go watch Hannibal. We need we need it to come back. We love Hannibal. Me and Nova do it.
Amaya remembers it.
Of course she does.
That's what. Yeah, she was in Hannibal. That's when they did the wardrobe change. Yeah.
I do remember that after you mentioned it. Yeah, Hannibal's fucking great.
Oh, here.
Okay,
all right, Nova. We'll see you in about 15 minutes, I guess, buddy.
Might be longer than that because there's a lot of D&D news and it's mostly shit. So R.I.P.
Nova's like, I'm out.
We'll go play
He's
some
like,
games
yee.
of Rocket League.
He's not a fan. It's okay. You don't have to be a fan of everything. Variety is the spice of life, right? So what happened with the price increases here, Oni?
Okay, well, if you don't mind, there's a lot going into D&D in general, but let's start with the price increase. So the books for, I don't know, last forever, have been about $40 a pop. Unless you get some of the special edition things and stuff, then it's a little bit more. But that's the base price for a basic generalized book. However, they're looking to make them $60.
Wow.
On top of that, because
Yeah,
that's
the
not
frustration
the
in her voice.
Dungeons and Dragons is about to hit a major milestone. If I recall, it's the 50th anniversary edition coming up soon. And like most things, they want to try to celebrate. They also have, the one D&D bullshit going on right now, game testing and all that. And so they're trying to publish more books or renovate some new books, namely the new Dungeon Master's Guide, new Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, a few extra books. Because of the sheer volume and number of books they want to publish all at once, they can't find any printing presses who can or want to handle that shit. My thing is, of course, why didn't you think about that earlier? You knew when this was going to happen. You knew what year it was going to happen, and you didn't have a game plan? And now you're trying to make it seem like, oh, we have so many books coming out, we just can't get a printing press who can handle all that shit. No, you can't plan far enough ahead to look at printing presses who would love to handle your shit. Do you know how much fucking work that is? How
Ask
many
Eric
books do you
July to
want
do
have
it.
published? Like,
Got a
if
warehouse.
you were smart, you would have staggered it, or you would have had multiple printing presses already on speed dial to handle this. So I have zero sympathy. Okay, I work in a place where we do print. And it would boil my blood if I heard someone go, so you're just saying you can't handle it. No, I'm saying your piss poor planning is making you fail because you didn't think about how it's going to affect us. You are incapable of planning that far out ahead. You are incapable of realizing the limitations of which you are trying to go with. Just the article I read just made it seem like they were blaming the printing presses, and as if it was a good thing that, oh, there's just so much content that they just can't get a publisher who can handle all of it.
Emotional
that sounds
damage.
like you don't know. That sounds like you don't understand the people, the processes, or the tools at your disposal, which is sheer incompetence in my book. And if you don't know how to do that, get the fuck out. You are useless to me. So yeah, that's what's kind of going on in D&D world. On the plus side, though, Kobold Press kickstarted. They had a GoFundMe that started yesterday. It got funded within 30 minutes. And theirs is similar to D&D. It uses a different OGL, but it's, the Dungeon Master Player's Guidebook, Monster Manual, generally speaking. 30 minutes, fully funded. 30 minutes. Everything else now is just extra. So,
Fucking mint.
It's going to show D&D better be watching their fucking back because everybody else is looking to gnaw on it. They smell the blood in the water. They're just waiting for the corpse to stop moving.
It's a morbid analogy.
Well, when you keep fucking around and finding out, you can't be surprised when someone finally calls you out on your shit. I mean, in a recession and you're trying to increase a price, I understand, but at the same time, you're going to rub people the wrong way, especially after the last year that Wizards of the Coast has had, just the last year. Pissing people off, and by pissing people off, I mean pissing off their fans. Yeah, they might want to tread really carefully on this one.
Come at me, I fucking dare you.
Especially with some of the game mechanics that they're trying to change. It doesn't look good for them. Anyway, thoughts?
That is, was it 20% increase?
Yep.
In the book, in from one year to the next, is a little bit ridiculous to me, just as far as the price is concerned. I was looking at prices for baseball hats. It was like, I remember paying $25. They're $45 now. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. So I'm like, just for a fitted hat, I'm like, Jesus. So I'm like, and these books look pretty well illustrated from just the covers, but you should never judge a book by its cover. But it doesn't even look like there's a lot in there as far as the thickness of the pages are concerned either. So
what was that bookstore when we were younger?
Barnes and Noble?
No.
Books A Million?
Borders?
No.
Borders?
But they
Walden?
Ooh, Walden. That's
might
a
have
good
been
one.
Walden. I'd always go look at the D&D book. They were awesome. But
Yeah.
they weren't.
I'd go to the nude section, the artist nude section. I'd go there.
Look, the D&D books, I haven't actually owned one to my knowledge. Well, okay, except for
What are you complaining about?
Thin type. Well, here's the thing. It's the fact that it's the same argument of, well, Dungeons and Dragons is hard to monetize. Yeah, no fucking shit. The books are nice enough, but charging $60 for that, especially with all their money-grubbing ways for the last several years, it's not going to look like they're doing anything different in terms of, hey, we found a nicer page style, or we wanted to go with a different binding. It's just them doing reprints or updating with information that people already don't really like. Because let's remember, they're getting rid of certain things to be, quote, more culturally sensitive, which makes no sense because it's not real.
Right.
But then you're trying to force all of it through a tiny funnel of one printing house. You want one printing house to handle that many books? You didn't think about this beforehand? You want at least 4 different books to be printed at the same time for an anniversary collection, essentially? Dude, you're fucking high. It's the D&D books are nice, but once you buy them, you kind of don't really need to keep buying them over and over again. Once you have them, you got them. But I prefer the older art, and I don't know, just D&D as it is now just doesn't seem as fun. It's like the more they open their mouths, the less people want to fucking listen. You know,
go play t-ball,
or play some of the other games like Cobalt Press's Tales of the Valiant. Play Pathfinder.
There's got to be
older rules.
Yeah, there's got to be other ones that they can play. Every time you go to a convention, you see all these tabletop games. You're telling me people are not going to buy that? They're going to go to the old school shit, you know, or whatever, and spend their money on other things. That's what I think.
Yeah, on a company that gives a shit about them, on a company that respects them.
Well, let's be realistic. No company gives a shit about their customers. They just want to put out something that the people will buy. So they're an unemotional entity that don't give a fuck about us.
I disagree. I disagree because kind of hard to market something if people aren't willing to pay money. They have to give a shit about the bottom line, which has to be the money. If they don't find
they
a
care
reason
about
to
the money,
people,
not you.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. That's still caring about the customer because you have to care about what the customer is willing to pay for. If they're not willing to pay for it, you probably shouldn't do it. That's like looking at Eric July and saying, he's only caring about the money. Well, I mean, he has to because money is what's going to keep the doors open, but it's about what people are saying with that money. If they're willing to pay for it, clearly they find a reason to keep paying the money. And a company that
you're conflating the issue a little too much. Like I think we're painting too much a broad brush over this. Yeah, a broad brush, not a bush. Giggity. Independent people, independent publishers have a tendency, yes, to care. Maybe I should just split that from like a big corporation. Let's say like Disney, they don't give a fuck. They're just gonna take your money. It's like, oh, what's gonna get the money out of their pockets in 2 hours? But with people like Eric July, with Eric July, he cares. He has a vested interest because he's close to the project. It's a smaller structure. He knows everybody by name. You know, it's a completely different thing. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I still disagree because people put their money where their mouth is, and
they do.
If they don't, we saw with the boycotts regarding just before Dungeons and Dragons, which is why it didn't. I'm convinced that's probably why it didn't do so well in the movie theaters, and it's doing so great in streaming. People didn't want to pay full price for a fucking ticket for a movie that may not do well because Wizards of the Coast keeps not shutting the fuck up. You know? So with the fact that Wizards of the Coast is clearly disrespecting the customers by doing the exact opposite of what a lot of these players are saying to do. Customers who have been customers for years were saying, what the fuck are you doing? Well, we have to change it. Why? Well, because it's not culturally sensitive. It's a fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
And how is it not culturally sensitive? Yes, I'm still going on about the whole getting rid of half elves and half orcs and half races.
Well, it's kind of like Washington Redskins now changed to the Washington Commanders, and now they can't get a copyright now for it. And the Cleveland Indians are now the Cleveland Guardians, and now because of cultural appropriation, even though the history of the Cleveland Indians was to pay tribute to their Native American brother who was playing with them, and that's why they changed the name in respect of him, not to be disrespectful to him. See, this is the problem. Like, people just look at, they're not even scratching the surface of the intention of the game, of the name of the name of the team, or whatever it is. They're just saying, they're looking at it at face value. I'm like, offensive.
Oh, like why people don't like the song Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Because the thing about that is it was timely. That was the point. You're not supposed to let Claude Frollo. He is a creepy, evil, vindictive creature.
I like
and
him
he's
already.
in a high position of authority. That's the whole fucking point. That's why I'm convinced they also probably will never make a Hunchback of Notre Dame live action, is because they're afraid of touching. Of all the movies, they don't want to touch.
Gypsies.
That would be the perfect movie to bring to the forefront, because one of the lead characters is a character of color. She's Romani. And the terminology at that time, the things going on at that time were historically accurate. Now, yes, I think...
Are you referring to the Gypsies?
Yes.
Okay.
Because gypsy is not an appropriate term. It is still used, but technically they come from a region of India called Roma. That's why they're not white. Well, they didn't start white. Of course, they've gone and they've married and had children of the different cultures that they've become part of.
Have you seen the reality show where they call themselves Gypsies?
I know what you're talking about. I've seen it by proxy, and it's a fucking nightmare. But if we're going back to what Hunchback of Notre Dame had, the Disney version, I will say, I think tied in a few extra. I think they tied it together better, and in obviously a much more positive way, because Captain Phoebus in the original story, evil, but in this one, he's a good-hearted man who finds himself under the leadership of someone who's wicked, and he falls in love with Esmeralda. He does love her.
Right. I mean, I did too.
And
I had a poster of her in my room in college. That's creepy, right?
She was the first character I actually cosplayed as. My mom made my sister and I costumes of our favorite Disney characters. Badger was Cinderella. I got to be Esmeralda.
My second girlfriend looked like Esmeralda. She looked almost exact. Hoop earrings, dancing, everything. She even called herself a fucking gypsy. I'm like, that was my second girlfriend. Like, she was half Puerto Rican, half Italian, looked exactly like Esmeralda. I think subliminally that's why I dated her.
Probably.
But I mean, Esmeralda was a great character. She was really well written. She was beautiful, but she also was very kind-hearted.
And not the typical damsel in distress. She was more like the heroine in that film.
No, and she saw
Rogue Penguin.
Was very empathetic. Hi. And Mojo, you're right. In certain areas, they do proudly use that title, but to some people, it's seen as a slur. So some of us have to be careful.
Okay. Well, I didn't know it was a slur. My apologies.
In some areas, in certain places. That's why.
Someone give me the goddamn playbook, please, and what's offensive and what's not.
Don't. It's not worth it. I only know because I know the historical context and some of the cultural context, but Hunchback of Notre Dame addressed these issues of actual racism, of actual injustice, of serious issues with a whimsical tone, and with a hero who, at the end, realized, yes, I love this young woman, but she doesn't love me back, and that's okay. I'm happy that she's happy. But she's still my friend, and that means the world to me. That's special. And
isn't that special?
You could get away with such beautiful costumes and effects, practical effects, not just the CGI, the practical effects, but they won't touch it because I don't think it was popular enough, but also because I don't think they want to touch it because it touches on things that they would rather use other proxies to utterly fuck up, even though Hunchback of Notre Dame is literally right there. What more do you want? You've got a male hero he's charming, he's funny, he
looks like my friend in New York.
He is
right down in the green shirt.
Though. He's imperfect, and he knows he's flawed, but he's also looking up to someone who is seen as perfect but is super duper flawed. But also the music of that movie was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Best Disney soundtrack next to Mulan. Of course, the original Mulan will have a special place in my heart.
You're wrong with that because The Lion King had the best soundtrack out of that era. I have to fight you on that one. That was my favorite.
I couldn't get into it. Now, maybe it's because with Mulan, I could connect more with Mulan. And in the movie had a darker tone than Lion King in some ways.
Yeah, man.
Well, not just that, but reflection. But yeah, definitely, We Are Men. Because I've got guy friends who remind me of that group. It's kind of scary, actually. But just the idea of
strong like bull.
I want to prove myself, but in a society where certain things are expected, or culturally or familially, I'm expected to be a certain way, but I am not that way. I can understand that, and I do empathize deeply with that. But Hunchback of Notre Dame will always have a special place in my heart because,
of course,
I mean, it's so many colors and textures and things going on. And at the heart, it's still a rather simple story of good versus evil. But the characters are just so intriguing, and the fact that
I have the Burger King toys still.
Oh my gosh!
I have the gargoyles and shit. I have them like literally in my. Remind me. I'll see if I can find them. I'm not sure where they are. I think they're in my closet.
I will say. It's also really sad to think about most of the actors and actresses from Hunchback of Notre Dame who were super pivotal for that movie and no longer with us. The actor of Claude Frollo actually was in Legacy of Kain. He was the primordial evil god. But in Mulan, if you didn't know this, Mulan's voice actress of Fa Mulan was Ming-Na Wen.
Are you still speaking? I'm lost.
Ming-Na Wen, the voice actress of Mulan.
Oh, okay.
Is in Star Wars. She was in The Mandalorian as one of the mercenaries.
My friend was one of the models for Mulan.
She's gotten so many cool roles, and like Mulan was, I think,
it opens
one of her
doors.
First.
Yeah, that's like hitting a home run. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like super cool to me.
That is
but
pretty
also
cool.
The animation style of Mulan was super cool. Just all the style that you put into it.
Yeah. They started getting away from like kind of that Disney style with Hercules and Mulan. They had very distinct styles that weren't like, let's say, compared to Tarzan and Lion King. I had a brain fart.
Well, yeah, because they're trying to elicit a certain tone. Like with Hunchback of Notre Dame, you could get away with a bit more realism because, I mean, fuck's sake, Notre Dame de Paris, that's kind of the show-stopping place, okay? You kind of need to represent it pretty closely.
Sanctuary!
Like with Hercules or with Mulan, you can get away with some of the extra style because this is back to a time period where most of what we've got left of that history is the art. So if you want to evoke a sense of something, you got to go with the art. And also, Megara was hilarious, but I loved Hades. Okay, Hades, 10 out of 10, great villain, even though he wasn't a villain in actual mythology. But yeah, Hades was the shit. Meg, of course he's a guy.
Shut up, Meg. Meg was, I think they tied that into another, like she is the a character in a more recent film from Disney. They say that that's the same person, but I don't know.
I would find that very difficult to believe because Megara in
there's
Hercules,
a lot of Pixar stuff there too. So,
well, she was based on one of the myths of Hercules. One of the myths of Hercules is that he kind of accidentally kills Megara. Yeah, she dies. Yeah.
That whole story's fucked up because they totally didn't take it completely from the myth.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no,
so
because
they do that with they did that with Hunchback, they do it with Pinocchio, they do it with any grim fairy tale. They ruin
did it
every
worse
fucking
with Hercules.
story. Yeah, they did.
Hunchback of Notre Dame I can understand for certain reasons, okay? Because holy shit, it got fucking dark. And make it a little perkier, go, hey, maybe Captain Phoebus actually was a good guy. Okay, how would that change the story? Okay, that makes sense. And then it ties in the fact that, true love prevails, cool, sweet, awesome, very Disney-esque. Claude Frollo still dies at the end. Sweet, awesome, great. I'm okay with that. Esmeralda and Quasimodo still survive. Okay, cool, great, happy ending, sweet. Hercules, though, from the beginning.
Who doesn't like happy
totally
endings, right?
It. Well, with Hercules, Hera was the one who put the serpents in Hercules' bed.
Right, because Hera was not his real mother. His mother was immortal. Yeah, that's what pissed me off.
Hence why he was called Heracles, was Zeus is trying to appease his wife, the wife of the goddess of marriage.
Give us
irony.
a fucking...
But also, Hades...
Thank you, Rogue Penguin. We have the Rogue Squad here tonight.
Hades wasn't a bad guy. Hades is actually arguably one of the best gods of the pantheon. Arguably. Depends on which one you're talking about, okay?
You talk about Hades?
There's the yes, because there's
James Woods?
Depending on the myth, it's the kidnapping or it's the
give us some fucking
something inappropriate of Persephone. But either way, Zeus basically said, "Hey Hades, I'm sorry I've screwed you over so often. Here, have this girl as your wife." And Hades is like, "What the fuck?" By the way, it was Zeus's daughter by Demeter, because of course Zeus had a daughter by Demeter.
He did that a lot.
Yeah, the history of Greek mythology can basically be summarized as who did Zeus fuck and what happened afterwards.
Basically,
which is rather unfortunate. But
do you know the Aphrodite, the famous Aphrodite painting with the shell behind her?
I think so.
Adobe Illustrator had it for years as its cover.
Oh yeah. It's her coming out of the sea foam on the scallop shell. She's got long, wavy blonde hair, and she's covering it up. Yeah.
In the ocean, you'll see these white things coming down. That's not rain. That's actually Zeus's semen, and it's actually because someone chopped off his testicles or something and went into the sea, and that's how she was born. Something like that.
It wasn't Zeus. That was Ouranos.
Zeus. That's right, Ouranos. Yeah, it was Ouranos. They chopped his.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, no. Greek mythology is. Greek and Roman mythology were fucked up.
Yeah, Rogue Penguin. Don't be glad you didn't learn that in college. It was fucking gross when I learned it. That makes that painting so much better, Mojo says. Can you imagine your professor explaining that to you in that way? And I'm just like, now I can't see that painting the same way again. But at least, hey, they're not making, Quasimodo, I don't know, Spanish.
Don't finish that sentence.
or a different race or something like that. Because the release tonight, the release of The Little Mermaid is coming out, and everyone remembers Gothics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, her husband did this little funny thing on Twitter, and it's hilarious. So if you want to watch it really quick with me, it's pretty funny. Since we're talking about Disney stuff, I had this already set up.
Hey. I have the perfect idea. Okay, talk to me. Let's make The Little Mermaid black. Oh my God. Why didn't we think of this sooner? Yes, but wait. Let's not just stop there. Let's make live action Snow White black. We'll call her Black Ice. That could work. and Sleeping Beauty can be a Mexican. She'll be sleeping through her deportation. That could use a little work. And Peter Pan should be gay and Asian. Really? No, you dumb The Little Mermaid? Black? Look, I don't care that she's black. I just don't want her to be black. Leave these characters how they are. Why? We need more representation. Representation. If we want to give the public representation, we can create another original Black princess for representation. A black Little Mermaid? I don't think it's a bad idea. Exactly. You don't think. You are pandering to black people, and they are eating that shit up. But welcome to 2019, where we exploit diversity for profit. No, not really. A black Little Mermaid. Black people can't even swim. They afraid of the ocean. They don't like water. Is she gonna have braids in her hair? Are her bundles gonna be waterproof? Not a bad idea. What? She gonna live in that nasty ass, dirty ass ocean by LA? Gonna trade in her voice so she could be a basic ass LA bitch, huh? Or she could walk around LA with them big ass Fila shoes and a Fashion Nova outfit with a fanny pack around. Oh my God, bro. Come on, man. She gonna fall in love with a hood nigga from Foley Crip? No, thank you. Diversity.
Sweet.
Also, side note, in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Quasimodo actually was Romani, if you remember.
Hey.
He was.
Oh, sorry.
I have the perfect.
He's just what some people would call white passing.
Ah, gotcha.
Remember? Because in the first, remember when the first lines of the movie, his mother is traveling through the canals to try to get through Paris, and Claude Frollo finds them, and she tries to escape to Notre Dame, and he kills her on the steps. And it's later in the movie when Quasimodo finds out that his mother was one of those, you know, evil, wicked gypsies, those dirty people. And he's like, but that was my mother. These are my people. And you killed her, and I never got to know her. Yeah, and that's why the archdeacon was so passionate, was, you know, you've left a child without a mother. You killed her on the steps of the church as she cried for sanctuary. What else did you think was going to happen? So it's a perfect story, but no, we have to change everything else. They haven't done a live action Tiana, and that wasn't Princess and the Frog like the last animated movie that they did that was hand-drawn animation style. Like, come on, bring in some Creole flavor to that shit. Damn.
The Creole flavor to that shit.
Right.
Hey, look, if you've never had crawfish, holy shit, you are missing out.
Yeah. Creole and Cajun are two different. Creole is a mix of black and French. And Cajun is French mixed with something else, and I don't know what it is as far as
Are you sure
racial.
it's not Haitian?
Yeah, I'm sure, because I guess you would say my girlfriend was white passing, but she was Cajun, and she was French and something else, or Scottish, or some crazy shit like that.
Mexican.
French and is it French and Haitian?
Hey.
Okay. All right.
That was close.
French and Native American.
The backdrop though.
She was
holy
pale
shit,
as fuck though.
The bayou would look fucking eerie if they did it live action. It'd be like Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Like you could get some really cool.
You have Kermit
shit.
in back there, and you see like a guy in a boat. It's like, hey, where's town? It's back where you came. You always see. Never mind. I'm not going to explain it. It's not funny. French of any person of any color anymore. Last time I lived down there. Okay. I almost got a job in Shreveport, and I was told not to take it. It was from a movie called White House Fallen. Anyone remember that movie?
No.
I was supposed to do the 3D stereographic 3D for that, and I was negotiating price, and then I looked where Shreveport was, and I'm like, I'm not going to Shreveport. That's where they did the production. It's sketchy as fuck. And I had my fair share of living in sketchy places. Look up what the Tenderloin is in San Francisco, and then you can get back to me, because I lived a block away from there.
You could just leave it at San Francisco and call it a day.
Yeah, it's like, like dodging. I think I've said it before, dodging needles and junkies and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, it's horrible. But it's like 10 times worse now. Anyways, speaking of 10 times worse, looks like Disney and Pfizer targeted themselves or Bud Lighted themselves. But which one is more awful? I don't know. Like Pfizer creating more contagious, deadly drugs so that way, deadly viruses so that way they can have a cure for them. Or Disney firing 2,000 of my comrades in California that are animators that are now looking for work. Which one is worse? I think this is the context I'm pretty sure that they're going for here. Is am I wrong?
Hero?
You're probably right.
Yeah. So it's horrible because like if anyone has LinkedIn, does anyone know what LinkedIn is in the chat? I know some of us know that here. It's basically just Facebook for networking. People looking for jobs and that sort of thing. So you'll see like trends like this all the time with Pfizer and Disney and whatever. And the news pops up there and it's pretty fair and balanced for, if you excuse the term. The sources are pretty credible. But from what I've seen, and I know because Soda was stalking me.
What the fuck?
On LinkedIn last week because we were going for the same position. I'm like, what are you doing stalking me? He's like, no, I just want to let you know that you have need to make a correction in your master's degree.
That's the only reason I was
Yeah, right. I want to check out my competition. I'm going to go check out Chieftain. No, but joking aside, you see a lot of people like, I was part of that layoff. I'm looking for work. And they're not laying off just those people that are serving soda at Casey's at Disney World. They're laying off industry professionals, animators, like all over the place, like just dumping them. It's horrible. Because, they'll never cut from the top only. They're never going to cut a CEO's pay, right? They'll just fire people at the bottom. Right, Soda? So like they're not really going to do that. So the same thing happened. This happens a lot. Like Oni was hinting around, like in recessions. You don't make your $1 billion. If you want to use the term go woke, go broke, that is a huge part of this. Them fighting with Florida, having jurisdiction over lands that a corporation has no business owning. There's 3 flops in a row. Them get beat out in the movie theaters, the Disney Plus falling apart, right? We were talking about all this the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of all these things, like spreading themselves too thin. Like I said before with the streaming services, what's going to happen is everyone's going to have their own streaming service, and then it's going to collapse, and everyone's going to buy each other, and it's going to contract, right?
Yeah.
This is what happened with Disney. If Disney just stuck to their original business model, they would not have a problem. Any comments from you guys? What do you guys think?
Oh, I agree with you. I don't like either one of them. What the fuck you gonna
Yeah.
say? I think, of course, Pfizer kind of just fucked everybody. I guess Disney's fucked everybody. So everybody's just fucking everybody.
Right. You'll fuck now.
Everybody fucked.
Right.
Oni?
I mean, it's basically just like the same problem you see with a lot of other companies, or even if you want to go this route. In the Lorax, with the once-lers needs, once everyone has one, what's the point of having more? You don't need more. So you literally killed your own market. Now what? It's also like the same that you see in evolution, where you have generalists who become more specialized. But
Right.
once you become so specialized, if something changes, you can't adapt because you have no other tools. You don't have anywhere to go. A generalist tends to survive because they have options. They have the ability to keep adapting. But if you've spread yourself to the point where you can no longer adapt, you have adapted to the end, the only way to go is out the door. So it doesn't surprise me. You know, it's sad for everyone who's losing their jobs in a time where people keep saying there's a recession, but I mean, Disney did it themselves. Pfizer did it themselves. You create your own problems.
Yeah.
You know, instead of going, hey, let's play the slow game. Let's play this smart. That way we can slowly dominate the market. But when we do it slower, it tends to be stronger. You have a stronger foothold. You did it so fast, you've lost your entire footing. It's right off a cliff. So, you know, it's really sad. It's unfortunate. Especially with the strike still going on. I mean, the writers' strike, last I heard, is still on. The Writers Guild is still on strike.
That's true. So we're looking for scabs. So if anyone wants to come on here and... Just kidding.
Do it.
Do it. There's nothing to write. We're done with the only thing we're going to write is the Tri-Bar Awards, and we don't do that for another couple of months. If you guys don't know what the Tri-Bar Awards are, there are award shows that we can't get bought and sold because no one will buy or sell us at this point. So, but yeah. Yeah, so they're shooting themselves. It's a self-inflicted wound is basically what you're, for lack of a better term. What they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's... I might have to sell the stock. Might. I haven't gotten a dividend in years from them because they don't make money anymore. They're not, unfortunately, relevant. But anyways, I got to talk about Disney one more week. I'm gonna fucking scream.
Me too.
Ugh. One things we like to talk about is our boosters on Nitro, right? Actinovers. Yay, they're awesome. So Actinova, you can come back. Actinova, someone like scream really loud so he can hear us in Australia. We're done with D&D, buddy. You can come back now.
All right.
Yeah, or Disney. He hates Disney too. So, like, what part of the show do you like? Anyways, Actinova, Stormwolf Song, The Mariner, Hypernova, Tyrann Death, and our very own Soda Pop because he's rich.
No.
Give us some fucking money. Give us some fucking money.
Yeah. There we go. Why are you dancing behind Oni?
I don't know.
Weird. Oh, I might not have put the order in there. Oh, Smile Oni is.
Your layers
could be
wrong.
Yeah. My hierarchy.
No, your hierarchy's all fucked.
Right? All right. Shield. Da, 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 da. Okay, I think it's good now. All right, we're good. Thank you for the $1, Soda.
Always.
Yep. Ultimate goal. Oh, I want to send out a congratulations to Whittlebear. She hit 1,000 subscribers on
Oh, congratulations.
Wow.
on the Green app. So good for her. 1,000 subs, man. That's awesome. She got some fuck you money now, right?
Yeah.
Good for her. Congratulations to you, Whittlebears. You were awesome. Keep up the great work. Yeah, that's great. It's awesome. We might have to go to the Green app. Might have to go to Kick.
I say we should. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be launching on Apple and stuff soon. No official announcement has been made because the guy who does that, his computer broke again. Seems to break every 16 months. But because I think he overclocks everything. But
oh, yeah, that'll do it.
We'll hope the infamous and awesome and oldest tenured staff member, Mo Abidi, a quick repair, because as everyone knows, computers can be a real bitch, especially if the RAM doesn't work, right, Soda?
Yeah, it's fucking
and my motherboard,
RAM.
The cursed RAM of Chieftain. But yeah. And if we have someone that's absent, that's why I was asking, if you saw me asking Rogue Penguin in the chat, what time do you work until? And she said 1 to 8 tomorrow. Like, sometimes we bring people on. Last week we brought on Mariner. Before that, Tyrann Death is one of our staff members. He was on for a long time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this is kind of off the cuff, but if you wanted to sit in right now, Rogue Penguin, on our chat, you can do that I don't think you have done that. I think a lot of people in the chat have that have cameras. I think
You're shy. Yeah, right.
Bullshit. Rogue Raven was on too. She's a fucking trip. We love having people on, but if you don't want to come on, it's a little bit different format that you're doing, but you have a lot more support, so you don't have to do all the topics.
Put up the spicy shit for you when you come on the show.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I felt so bad for that, but I was still thinking it was funny. But you got a lot. That's another one. Rogue Penguin, she should be like getting like 50, 60 views per stream with her. Like good content with her. Rogue Raven is starting to like you see Rogue Raven. Have you been in any of her streams lately, guys? Her numbers are starting to go up.
Penguin? I always watch Penguin.
Yeah, I watch Penguin and Raven when I can.
I don't ever see Raven on.
Raven's on in the mornings on Saturdays. I know that's when she's on Saturdays and Sundays. But if I'm not teaching, I just kind of scope to see who's on, and I try to get on there as much as I can. But I've always had this theory with content creators like us or anyone else. Like if you're creating content, it's really hard to watch other people's because you're trying to build your content up, right?
Yeah.
So like we're probably not the ideal audience for each other because we're like kind of like two plugs with no outlets. So it's just like, yeah, we're producing, we're more outlets than the plugs. We're producing the energy, but we need something to plug in like a blender or something to work. So if you have two outlets, they're not going to work. So you try to do that as much as you can, try to get their numbers up in the algorithm. So you just put them up there and just try to do it. G-Man was on there too, right? Irish G-Man, we had him on. So I tried to go live on Kick and it won't change the game for me. It keeps putting it as Minecraft story mode. Wow, that sucks. Do you play Minecraft? I have a lot of my students that play Minecraft, but Penguin's a little bit younger than me, so she just hit her dirty 30, so happy birthday. I think she had a birthday recently, so happy birthday to her.
Hey, happy birthday.
She don't look 30. She's like has like that Oni thing going for her. She looks like she's in her 20s and stuff. She looks younger than she is. So like that's always good. You know you're getting old, Oni, when you go to the store and you don't drink, but I do on occasion. No one checks my ID anymore. That's how I know I'm getting old. But yeah, check us out. Like, try to build us up on Kick. We haven't even broadcast once, and we even have followers on Kick. We haven't broadcasted once on there.
What the frick?
But one part that I do, like every time I see Rogue Penguin on TikTok, I try to like everything she puts on there. I just like spam like her stuff to get her algorithm up, and everyone should do that too. So try to support each other as best you can. Yeah, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, Instagram, Facebook, your sister's ass, Pony Express, and everything else. But yeah, I don't know. The next topic is going to be a little bit tricky and technically not fair because someone could have lost weight not even trying.
They cut one of his balls off.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not.
You might have some swelling, but when you have surgery, you don't want to eat. You know, it's just like I lost like after my surgery, they sucked out about 4 pounds of fat, but I lost like 15 pounds from just like not eating. Because you're not hungry because you're on opioids and just trying to heal. But you try to help a guy out too when I see you guys. I know you're there all the time, Penguin, like in our stuff, and don't think it doesn't go unappreciated. So we love you for that. Thank you so much.
Very much so.
Yeah, I try to hit and she's there. Sometimes she's the only one liking our stuff at points. So like I know it's Penguin there like doing her thing like on her break on where she works. I'm not telling everyone where she works. She's done that. And I told Rogue Penguin, don't tell everyone where you live, work, or your real name. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, I don't want to see something in the news is like Rogue Penguin, da 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 da, and something horrible happened to you. And because you live really close to me, like if there's any problems or something, you should shoot me a text or message me because
So
I'm
she
not that
lives
far
in,
away.
Compton too with you then.
Yeah, she lives in Compton. She lives where like all like she lives in a place where it's not bad, but it's a pretty popular place. Let's just say that. Anyone want my social security number? Yes. Can I? No. We're honored to call you a friend. Yeah, a friend and allies, man.
Oh yeah.
Just in case someone like tries to attack you or like gives you shit in your chat. Like if you ever seen us deal with trolls, we're pretty good at it considering all of us can pretty much destroy a troll in a chat. Like Oni does a good job, I do a good job. I don't want to talk for you, Oni, but I think you do. I don't think you disagree with me with that, but yeah. 555. That's hold on. Let me write that. Well, and also I need your credit cards as well. I need the expiration date and the security number on the back. Thank you.
Don't forget her mom's maiden name.
Yes, mom's maiden name as well. Thank you, Oni.
Yep.
The axis of evil right here on the live tonight. Me and Oni. So last week I was at.
You got Italy covered, got Japan covered, and some Germanic roots, I'm sure. So
Yeah, there we go. We know how that ended. I was watching a miniseries about Nazi gold in the Vatican. That would have interested you.
Yeah.
And how Pope John Paul I was killed. They say was killed and didn't die of a heart attack. It was very interesting. But anyways, and Karen's is my mom's name. That's funny. All right, do you want to see my disappointment from this week, guys? All right.
I do, yes, always.
All right, my weigh-in this week was 214.5. So I almost lost a whole pound this week. So yeah. And I don't know what Heroes was, but he's off this week, so I just put it at 220. So I've been running.
Let's just say he's on convalescent leave.
Yeah. So like he'll need like a week or two to recover. So we might not do this. Ooh, excuse me, that one snuck up on me.
Wow, dude.
Gross. I have a cough button too, and I didn't use it off. But yeah, I do the interval training 4 days a week, 3 miles, about 500 calories per workout. And I do a 10-minute, and now I do it not a 5-minute warm down, but a 10-minute warm down, just walk it out. And then I'm soaked and look like a pig. Oh, I should have put that photo in there. Son of a bitch, I completely forgot the photo.
The pig one?
I took a picture. I took one of those like Instagram hot girl photos. But I'm not a hot girl. But I'll try to put it on my camera here. Hold on.
You might be. Transition.
Let's see here. That's really. I have one lifting up my shirt just for Oni.
Okay.
Of course you do.
No, maybe.
Flat stomach. Man, I was sucking in so hard.
That's what she said.
Whoa.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
But yeah, watch out, Rogue. It's hot girl summer for Chieftain.
It's the speedo weather.
Hide your boyfriends. Here comes the chief. Going after your boyfriends.
Like a real Chad.
Don't forget to check us out on TikTok. Laggin _ We were just talking about this before. Rogue Penguin's on there all the time. Having fun, laughing. Good times. Wearing the Adidas baseball cap. You know. But I have one beef. I have one beef with Rogue Penguins with Rogue Penguin streams.
Oh, I know what it is.
She's wearing a New England Patriots jersey sometimes.
Uh-oh.
No. No Tom Brady. No.
No Tom Brady. That's right.
No Tom Brady. No. None of that. No New England Patriots stuff. But yeah, I'm just joking, of course. But I'll get you a Giants jersey with a real player on it. Anyways,
who's the real player on the fucking
I don't know. I
Giants?
gotta look.
I was gonna say.
The running back Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, but he's fucking hurt. Like,
He's always
fucking
hurt. He's got Stantonitis.
His fucking rookie year he missed, and he missed half his second year.
He did good last year and the year before that.
Oh, he's a beast if he can stay healthy.
Mm.
You have what's your say, David Jones, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what's the last name is
but
Jones.
No LT anymore, you know.
Yeah, it was like 40 years ago, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's the last Giant that I can say was worth shit. So.
No one was better than Lawrence Taylor on cocaine playing linebacker for the Giants.
Right,
I'm just saying.
And they didn't have all the I guess pussy rules.
The dope checking and shit like that.
Well, you could do a lot more shit too.
Yeah, there was in the
and
yeah, you could toss them and shit.
Fucking kill them.
Did you see that Joe Theismann when his
I was watching that
leg
game
broke?
live. I was watching it live. I was like, oh my god.
His leg hit the bottom of his leg, bent the wrong way, and snapped in half.
LT was upset though.
Yeah, he was scared. He was just like, "Yo,
that thing sounded like a bomb when it snapped."
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of pressure to break that. I don't know with the shin, right?
Anyone else lost when they talk sport? Hey, we never get to talk sports.
I'm sorry, I'll stop. I get lost at the D&D. All right. Anyways, but yeah. Also, this is like I call this the Oni slide because she her and her sister are a big fan of cats, and of course, who doesn't love Puss in Boots? Thank you for the follow, Mojo. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Night, brother.
Have a fantastic night. Be with Jesus.
Money.
Say your prayers.
Now I got to do it. God damn it.
So
give us some fucking.
I think we're finishing crazy early tonight. I don't think we have anything left.
That's what happens when Hero's not here to fucking talk for an hour.
I mean, I feel like I talked forever in a day.
That's good because
there's only one of you. No.
It's true.
I mean, I hope you still got a chance to talk, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Everyone got a chance to talk. Like some of the topics had it, like you said, some of the topics needed that like explanation, right? So that's like that happens all the time. That we understand that.
An Oni explanation.
And you know what? Yeah, like we teach. Sometimes we teach 7 classes a week. So we're teaching and we're talking like 14 hours a day. So it's good to have a little bit of a break.
It's like when nobody's responding in class and you just talk for an hour straight. Oh, that's fucking just the worst.
Oh, you don't tell them to turn on their camera and like ask them questions all the way through?
Like you gotta remember I have like one student, no students.
That's true. It's a little bit harder. Yeah.
Like the only one I have is the group that came from came through your class already.
Are they okay? They doing all right?
Yeah.
Are they competent?
A little picky. I hate when they're like, you gave me a 99. I'm resubmitting some masters. I'm just gonna fucking start. Yeah.
You just hit resubmit. That's what I do. I'm like, I tell them you're not getting 100. There's no such thing as a perfect score. You can complain about it all day long. It's art. It's complete. Another instructor might give you 100. You're not getting one in here.
I'm about to get to that point where it's just nice, easy, good work. Here's your 100, and move on with my day.
One of my assignments was creating folders.
That's funny.
It's a one like
which
it's a
they
105.
don't do anyway, because by the time they get to portfolio class, like I don't remember that project is.
Fucking believable.
Like
when you say folders, do you mean like designing an actual folder, or do you mean organizing things into a home?
Like in Windows 10, there's an option where you can hit create folder and then name it. They have to do that with 8 weeks. That's all they have to do.
But yet, they don't do it in other classes, so they lose.
Are
their
you?
work.
It's an assignment.
I have college classes dedicated by year,
Me too.
quarter.
Yeah.
why would you not want to organize that shit? Heaven forbid you have to recall it, or just have backups of it.
Yeah, my
instead of
masters
just
are all
floating
like
around
that.
in your computer somewhere.
Got every class. You click on the class. There's 14 weeks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in the final.
If you guys like some of the shirts that we wear, you can see in my background there's one right there. It says American Gamer. It also says American Gamer in right there on the right hand side. There's also the Garbage Human shirts, and I am not a criminal with a controller on it. Also, I think I don't know if Rogue Penguin plays Call of Duty or Apex or anything, but I have this one.
Apex for sure. I know.
Campers Modern Tryhards t-shirt. So I have that as well, and you can customize it. I think I have another logo that we have there. And you can, and I think it's 20% off this week. So if you just click the redeem code button before you check out, you can save 20% on your purchases. So you guys can do that. Yeah. And this shirt is like, I didn't realize I got the organic one, and it's thin. So, and also I have a workout shirt, the 3/4. I call it the Eric July special. Because they're cutoffs, and then of course when I wear a cutoff and Eric July wears a cutoff, and we have a beard and he has a beard, we look exactly alike. We look like twins. So, but yeah, I think he already got. I think he got his cutoff as well. And also, Faye Black, his social media person. You ever see her on social? She's a little badass, man. She like works out. She's tough. She's like super sweet. Give them a hello. Tell them that Lagging Out said hello. Faye Black is her name. Oh, you play both. Awesome. I should next week be all set up, Rogue. If you, I'm gonna try to set up my Call of Duty stuff. So if you ever need someone to scream in your ear for about 2 hours and yell at campers, I'm your man. But yeah, like Soda thinks it's
hilarious.
Soda's in tears when he watches me play because it's so funny. He's like. It's like, you're so fucking bad at this. He's like, you're so. Yeah. We can do kind of like I have an extra Patron in my freezer. And like, if I lose, like if my KD is lower than yours, I have to do a shot. And then if you don't, you have to do a shot. We can do that. Or Rogue Pen, we can actually do a rage cast. We used to do those all the time. If you ever wanted to do a collab or something, I'm going to try to get my stuff set up by next week. Because then I'm going to get really busy like teaching summer camp. But if you want to do a rage cast with an old fart like me, that'd be great.
I have seen her rage.
Yeah. I see, and it's completely it's completely justified though. You think about it, like you ever watch her play, like there's some bullshit going on when she's playing. Like she's totally getting screwed, and not in a good way in some of those games. Her and Bandit. I was watching Bandit today. She was getting like, there were some fucking douchebags in that match I was watching today.
I had her up, but I wasn't watching.
Yeah. But it's...
For all you guys that are affiliated with this, I always have your screens open, so...
Yeah. I usually do that on the side, and then I mute the tab, but I don't mute the volume, so that way you get the view, because if I'm working on stuff that's sound sensitive, I want to make sure you guys get the view even though I'm not there. I try to do that as much as I can. So
I got a whole monitor just for basically Lagging Out stream. I might start streaming again next week when Diablo comes out. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
That happens.
Of course, I have to watch my mouth.
Yeah,
might have to start off on my stream again. That way I don't get lagging.
No, I don't care if you get us in trouble. We're already set up for 18 plus. You should be okay. So as long as you're not racist like you are off camera, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to stream on YouTube to see if it's better than Twitch. We've done that and it's hit or miss.
Yeah, it is.
I think as far as, I don't know if you're looking for views or you're looking for revenue. I don't know what your goal is. I'm kind of looking for like partnerships in both, so I can grow the brand a little bit on this side of the business. So like the money is good. Like the money just goes towards everybody here. Like if they're like because we work all the time and we can't stream like these like Ninja, like he streams all the time. Like we don't do that. We actually have real jobs, but our ultimate goal is for all of us to do this full time and do like a show every night. Not every night, because I think Oni would fucking kill me, but
kill is a strong word.
What would maim be more accurate?
Maybe. I mean, they're also pretty implicative, and I don't like to work in absolutes like that, okay?
But you're a Sith, though. You do work in absolutes.
Okay, yeah, but so is the phrase that the Jedi used. They used an absolute, so, little hypocrites.
Yeah, that is true.
Also, according to Mariner, he
That's
thinks
what a
I
Sith
would be
would
a
say.
Sith witch or a Night Sister.
Yeah, you totally be a Night Sister. Well, yeah, totally
Did
be
you
a
know they
Night
have
Sister.
Have you seen some of their stats in TTRPGs? It's fucking insane. They get things like essentially force flight. They can do what's called like I think it's called magma, correct me if I'm wrong. It's like spider walk or something. I mean, they get bullshit things to do. It's so broken. Great, but broken as fuck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're so tied to the Force. They can do some shit that you have to be really specialized in Jedi or Sith stuff to even attempt to do. Sweet, cool. I pay attention. I've read things. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's really fucked up. So yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
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 What? What? What?
Ugh. My burps are better than Howard Stern's. There we go again with all our socials. Yeah, we gain 50, we lose 30. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the algorithm. And yeah.
And remember, if you're in Australia, just go scan over his ass.
That's right. It has the QR code on his ass. He's got a lot of tattoos, and this QR code is on his ass.
Yeah.
So look for Blacklight Nova. Wow, that's like
Nova?
a hybrid, right?
Wow.
That would be an interesting hybrid, right?
I don't know if we can handle that shit.
No,
It's
because
like I hate everything, and I fucking and I'm gonna go snack on something now.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
Blacklight Nova. That'd be crazy. I don't know how is that name not used yet.
It probably is. I'm sure there's probably someone out there.
Maybe.
We have the Rogue Squad. No light it on fire. No light it on fire. Words are hard. Okay. All right. What?
Pizza.
Oh no. Pineapple on pizza. Invisible soda. What is that in the chat? What is that thing that you posted?
Give us some fucking
Not really sure, but it's like a little dude with a mustache and fire in his eyes. Not really sure, but I like
baseball.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
No
Amaranth
idea.
I'm just looking for people to raid. Amaranth is on. We could raid her.
Yeah, like fucking Madden.
If I could just end on just a somber note real quick.
What's love got
Because
to do
it
with
is Memorial Day weekend. Maybe this is just me getting on my high horse.
You need a stool for that?
No, I try to keep it simple. Like a little step stool is fine. Yes, it's Memorial Day weekend. yes, there are a lot of people who are going to go do the sales, and there are going to be people who are saying, you should remember why we celebrate.
Yep.
I would just hope that you can take a moment and just be thankful to be alive, or have something to be thankful for to be alive, because those who gave up everything, whether it was by choice or by circumstance, no matter the time or place, they don't have that opportunity. So enjoy the life that you live the way you want to live it, because the people who don't have that, they may never have seen the things that we've seen. They weren't going to be able to enjoy what we enjoy now. So no matter if there's a particular person that you honor this Memorial Day weekend, or a group, or if you do it in private, or if you just want to be left alone. You know, I've been listening to a lot of Sabaton, if you couldn't tell, but heroes come in many shapes and sizes, in many forms throughout history. And although humans have the ability to create destruction and wage war on massive scales, we also have the ability to maintain a sense of immortality by remembering those people who made it possible, whether it's in the form of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, or it's by remembering specific people and places. So it's not about those who are still with us, although to an extent it is, but it's also especially about those who can no longer celebrate with us. So enjoy the life that you have, because not everybody gets a chance to live it. And it's okay to be happy that you're alive, because good people tend to want other people to enjoy the lives that they have. You know, it's okay to be happy to be alive. It's okay to be happy to be American. It's okay to have that as a celebration in the fact that someone gave this to us. We are reaping the benefits and the rewards that someone else sowed for us. The least we can do is carry on that legacy and remember that, to be thankful for that. So whether you're going to celebrate with video games, you're going to celebrate with a barbecue, or you're going to celebrate by hiding yourself away until Tuesday, you know, I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad you're all hanging in there.
Fuck yeah. That's gonna be stuck in my head all fucking night. Slavery? Is it that wow.
I didn't write the song.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Those dudes are fucking crazy anyway.
They're fucking lunatics, dude.
It was a different time. They could have gotten away with it.
Oh, they still get away with it.
We get away with it.
We got away with everything.
They just don't do as many fucking episodes anymore, sadly.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, 6 episodes, there's
Well,
a season.
They're spread out across 2 different networks now, so they have to do like the normal episodes on one network, and then they're whatever long.
Right in time for the show to end. Like, motherfucker.
Whoa.
I was talking about the black cowboy hat opposed to the white cowboy hat as far as Western culture is concerned.
Racist.
And then I explained the Asian culture, white and black. The colors are, what was color theory, dude? So.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Not,
Well,
I told
that's
you,
not
I'm
really-
not.
Isn't that more I feel like color theory is more like about the way color interacts with each other. That's more like cultural.
Well, it's color and the meanings thereof. is what I was talking about.
It's a little flipped when it goes away from quote Western ideas. So
yes, I call it the Storm Shadow Snake Eyes philosophy.
And then it's also mean the same as snakes. Certain places are like, oh my gosh, snakes are evil, and then other places are like, snakes are awesome. They're basically symbols of immortality.
Snake Eyes is a guy from G.I. Joe. But yeah, snakes, yeah.
I thought that was Cobra.
And Storm Shadow is a ninja, but he wears a white jumpsuit, but he's a bad guy.
Right.
So, but yeah. It's going to take me forever to wear my cowboy hat. I'm only going to wear it for 3 seconds, and then I'm going to close out. How come I can't hear anybody?
Nobody talking.
I don't know.
There we go. Okay. Oh, that hurts. Ah, fuck.
What she said?
I'm Black Bart. Actually, it looks good. Date me, I'm a cowboy. Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
That's horrible.
It actually fits better that I shave my head.
We don't talk like that in Texas, by the way.
You talk like that everywhere in Texas.
Everything we ride fucking horses.
Brokeback Mountain, Penguin?
Rednecks down
I'll
here.
show you some Brokeback Mountain. How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, he fit right in with that. Going down the ramp.
That's more your thing. You're the peg master.
Wow. What?
Don't kink shame her. We don't kink shame in this chat.
No, I'm kink shaming
Unless your
soda.
kink is shaming.
I'm kink shaming soda.
You never live it down. That's fucked up.
That's true. He'll try anything once, twice if he likes it.
Maybe.
Okay, now sports chat. No, just kidding. Now Kiss Forum. Welcome to Kiss Forum. No, just kidding. Like the bad thing is I can't put my head back because the seat keeps on hitting the seat.
Yep. Yep.
It's only gay if you make eye contact. It's only gay if you push back.
Yeah. It's okay with the homies too.
It's okay with the homies. Wow. Oh my God.
So if you're ever in our Discord, you probably hear a lot of that.
Yeah, we're in the Discord chat a lot. Rogue Penguin, Tyrann Death, Tyrann Death talks our ears off in the chat there, just like he does on his stream. So you want to go there and talk to Tyrann. Who doesn't want to talk to a wolf man? I mean, come on. Am I right? He knows how to fly an X-wing. What else do you want from a streamer? He gives Oni cover in our A10. So, but yeah. See, so on behalf of Blacklight Oni,
When I get online, I'm feeling
I think she
like
has herself
something's not
muted.
right.
No, I'm still around.
Oh, okay.
Aiming my shotgun and choose pure dust.
Soda Pop. He's dancing.
It's time to go. Dude's dodging shot like he's Neo.
Yep, enjoy your holiday. I'm Chieftain. We're Laggin Out Live. And we'll see y'all next week.
I endorse pineapple on pizza.
I do not.
Take care, everybody.
Night, everybody.
I'm lagging and I know it. I'm lagging and I know it. Yo, I just wanna be going ham, getting kill feeds. But when I'm on a streak, lag compensation's always poning me. Yeah.